Take a look. It is Friday, April 17th, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fabulous Friday. It is the end of the week and the start of the WrestleMania festivities. WrestleMania SmackDown tonight, WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday, and of course, WrestleMania Raw after WrestleMania. Lots going on, lots to do. Jeremy Lambert is asleep because, I don't know, he's running from the grind, I guess you could say. He's you know what, he does a lot. No, you know what? No, he's not here today, so I can say it. And I know he's not watching anyway, so I can say it. Jeremy Lambert is running from the grind as hard as he works. Just not hard enough this year, I guess. Keeping up on the Snapchat. He's nowhere to be found. He's just completely pieced out. WrestleMania doesn't matter. So this is what he does. Leaves me alone on a Friday, and I'm stuck here all by myself. All by myself. Can't do it that early in the morning. It sounds awful. What are we going to talk about? Plenty. It's going to be a 2-hour TNA review. No, it's not. I barely did 40 minutes. Someone's saying the grind has run them down. You know what? It's early enough, so I'm going to start this. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Why don't you? And of course, subscribe to us here at Fightful Overbooked. We're here every single day, Monday to Friday, on In the Weeds, 10 a.m. Eastern, talking about this, talking about whole other stuff in the worlds of wrestling, basketball, life, whatever you want. We got it. It's almost playoff season for sports too. So Jeremy's also pre-sad. So we got that going for us as WrestleMania is around the corner. And you can donate a super chat, any amount, get your question or your statement read on the air. We always appreciate that. Rob and Maggie later this afternoon. JPJ and Collins have their show on Sundays. Don't know if they're doing this Sunday because it's WrestleMania, but they might. And will we do a WrestleMania live stream? I don't know. But when we do, you'll know. You'll know. So, it appears we have a guest. Okay. I guess, I don't know how they got back in here. Maybe they just used the link from last time, but well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the chief content officer of WWE, Paul Levesque, returns. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
What brings you to the show today? You normally you're a little busier to do other shows, and here you are. What's up?
I was told I had to do a pissant podcast, and they brought me here.
Who's they?
The people who set my schedule. This is what we do.
No, it's what we do. We don't set your schedule, but it's what we do.
It's what we do. We do a lot of media this week. I've been everywhere this week, and they told me I had to do this show again.
Once again, are these your handlers?
The people.
Oh, okay. I did have a question from our Discord, if you don't mind taking questions from the audience once again.
Fine. I'm not staying this whole show this time.
Some people are better off for that answer. It was asked, was there a backup plan in case you couldn't make the show?
Which show?
This one.
I'm here every show.
Yeah, no, not every show. There have been accounts of you going and doing your best pal Tony Hinchcliffe show while other people were at Raw or SmackDown.
I've been at every show every single time, even if I'm not there and physically, I'm there spiritually.
Are you a spiritual person?
Very spiritual.
What was your favorite part of interviewing your wife on her podcast?
My wife is fantastic. She changed the business for the better. Before Stephanie came along, it was just like the Wild West out there. And then Stephanie came and we made it all a family. She treats everyone with kindness and respect. And when we talk about then, now, together, forever, she puts the forever and then, now, forever together.
But what about the other McMahons who were part of the company with her or before her? Shane?
That's her brother, yes.
Do you still talk to him?
I can't hear the question.
Of course. We had another super chat from Volib saying, it's Mr. What We Do. That's what we do. No, it's what we do.
What
Sub
we
Legend, damn it, what's it like to be you? Seriously, Val, what are we doing here?
It's a very busy week. A lot of people online, a lot of people in the building, more people in the building than online. I have a lot to do, but it's always great to be me.
A lot more people in the building than online when more people have access to the internet than ever.
Still more people in the building. We're going to set more records this year.
Your boss Nick said you might not, but that you're going to try.
We will. Don't worry. It's what we do.
It's what we do, and that's usually keeping honesty in the conversation.
We're always honest. What we do.
Someone asking, is Io Sky versus Asuka? Why is that not happening at WrestleMania this year?
Stay tuned.
Is there something you want to drop on the air about maybe SmackDown and whatever they're going to be a part of leading into WrestleMania?
Watch SmackDown tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, USA Network, Netflix internationally.
5 p.m. Pacific. Does he not do that anymore? You are on the West Coast.
Las Vegas.
Speaking of Las Vegas, your mother-in-law's boss was there yesterday. Any chance that the guy who currently leads the United States will be a part of WrestleMania this year?
Stay tuned. You're going to have to tune in. WrestleMania 2 nights back in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
ESPN
why back?
for the first time.
Yeah, there's been a lot of ESPN, hasn't there? What's been your favorite ESPN interview moment so far this week?
Love going on First Take, talking to Stephen A. Smith.
Did you ever invite him to be a part of WrestleMania?
We'd love for Stephen A. Smith to be there. He's going to be there.
He's going to be there.
Yes.
Ah, well, there you go.
You've heard wall-to-wall coverage. We have wall-to-wall coverage on ESPN.
Right. We have a question from the chat. How do you feel about if Vince comes back? Those are the words verbatim.
Can you repeat the question?
How do you feel about if Vince comes back? I assume what would be your feelings if Vince, your father-in-law, came back to the WWE?
Stay tuned.
It seems ominous. You want to maybe get a little in the weeds on this? See, I use the name of the show, and it's kind of what we do.
No.
All right. Paul, who do you have in the NBA playoffs? Do you watch sports as a follow-up?
Sports is the competition. I don't keep up with the competition because we're always ahead of the competition.
Is sleep still considered competition?
Everything's the competition. This show is the competition.
I hardly believe that this show is competition to WWE.
Everything is competition. We're always competing for eyeballs.
Huh. Are you competing for eyeballs while watching other shows to keep up and see what they're doing differently?
We're always ahead of the competition.
Okay. So are you saying that people come to you for ideas?
It's a collaborative effort. We all have our own ideas. We all pitch in, and then the best idea wins.
Thoughts on Lil Yachty being part of WrestleMania this year?
We love working with Lil Yachty. We're doing a lot with Lil Yachty. Stay tuned.
And this recent threat from Cameron?
What happened with Cameron was very unfortunate. You know, we're going to have to talk with Jey Uso about that. He can't be attacking podcasters and interviewers of his own volition like that. But stay tuned.
Now, hold on. Cameron has since said that he will be at WrestleMania. Is this maybe an issue that security should be involved in keeping those two men apart instead of, making threats online and not online, but publicly on shows that they will be there and violence potentially breaking out at WrestleMania? Isn't this a big deal?
Watch the show. It's all part of the show. Enjoy the show.
Okay. Shifting to Cody now. Let's talk about Pat McAfee. Cody Rhodes recently broke into Pat McAfee's studio and stole his title back. Will there be any repercussions on Cody for the damages incurred in his breaking and entering?
We've talked with Pat. He's not pressing any charges. Watch WrestleMania.
Have you had a chance to watch any of the wrestling adjacent shows happening in Las Vegas this week? I know there have been plenty, whether it's CMLL or Maple Leaf Pro, or maybe you wanted to watch the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Super Show from WrestleCon. Have you had a chance to check out any of these, or maybe TJPW, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling?
Been very busy this week. A lot going on. I try to watch everything that I can. Other people send me notes on things, but we are always looking for new talent that's not going to run from the grind. And WrestleMania week is not the time to run from the grind.
So what have you been watching in that case?
Everything.
Without having time to watch everything.
Yes.
Paul, have you ever considered that sometimes you are a wonderful walking paradox? By the way, it's what we do.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Paul, I feel like unless our chat has any other questions, I want to ask about WWE World this year. You unveiled the Hulk Hogan statue. Have you heard from Hulk since then? Is he angry about how dark his statue turned out?
Everyone was very pleased with the unveiling. It was great to have Nick there. We have the Hulkamania Forever exhibition at WWE World. WWE World is open now. A lot of great things going on at WWE World, including podcast and including meet and greets with our superstars, live matches going on. Make sure you check out the Hulk Hogan exhibition as well.
Have you participated in any of the do your own entrances that tend to be very popular at WWE World?
We did an Obafemi contest of who walks like Obafemi.
No, you got me on that one, Paul. It's the you did the strut very well, Paul. I'm very proud of you on that one. Is that who you would do your superstar entrance to? If you had to pick a WWE World, would it be Obafemi? Because I feel like you would nail it. You think the crowd would be chanting, Paula, Paula.
Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. It's a big match for us. You've seen things have gotten out of hand between them, and I've had to intervene and get involved. And we had to make sure to keep the peace to make sure this WrestleMania main event stays together.
Someone asking, this is the second time you've graced our show, and both times co-host Jeremy Lambert has been unavailable or backed out. Do you two have any issue? I know Jeremy does a lot of the aggregation of your quotes and comments during interviews. Is there something that's wrong with Jeremy as a result between you two?
I don't know who that is. It sounds like he's just running from the grind and doesn't want to be here, and I don't want to be around people who run from the grind.
I understand. Paul, I know we're on limited time, so my last question to you is between Roman Reigns and CM Punk, who do you personally want to see win this match and continue on as World Heavyweight Champion after WrestleMania?
Just watch the show. Enjoy the show. It's going to be a great show. It is WrestleMania. It's the biggest event of the year. All the spectacle, all the pageantry. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, one of the biggest matches in WWE history. We're going to set new records with this match. We're going to set new records all weekend because it's what we do.
That's what we do.
It's what we do.
We set the records. We set them straight. That's what we do. Are you inducting your wife this weekend? Have we established this?
Stay tuned.
Into the Hall of Fame? Stay tuned. Okay, got it. All right. Well, Paul, I want to ask you one last question before we let you go. There is a little bit of concern about Pat McAfee and his involvement, and also with maybe there's some push from TKO to have Pat involved and the wrestlers at WWE feeling not so confident or comfortable about that. What's your take on Pat and TKO's involvement into WrestleMania this year?
We have a great relationship with TKO. It's all very collaborative. What people don't understand is that we actually called Ari and Mark Shapiro, and we were like, hey, how could we make this bigger and better than last year? Ticket sales are already through the roof this year, but we need to make this bigger and better. And they decided, well, how about Pat McAfee? And we said, we love Pat. We were going to have Pat beat Gunther. We didn't, but we were going to have Pat beat Gunther. And then we changed directions because sometimes plans change depending on where the GPS takes you. And so we'd love to have Pat. And they said, he's the next Sylvester Stallone. And we said, that seems kind of small time thinking. What about the next Arnold Schwarzenegger? I feel like Pat could be in that spot. So we were so happy to bring Pat in. And look what the business has done since we brought Pat in. Ticket sales have continued to gone up. They've not gone down since Pat has come in. Ratings, viewership, everything has gone up since Pat has come in. I'm tired of all of these people online. I think their names are Mark. All these people named Mark complaining about things. Yet you keep watching. And if you don't like it, don't watch the show. But enjoy the show. Quit complaining about the show. Enjoy the ride we are taking you on. You know, the final boss, my good friend The Rock, love collaborating with him just like we love collaborating with Ari Emanuel and TKO. As The Rock said, think about the long game. Think about the ride that we are taking you on and just enjoy the show. This is what we do.
It's what we do. Have you spoken with no, it's what we do. Have you spoken with it's what we do. Have you spoken with The Rock, with Dwayne, it's what we do, Dwayne Johnson, about his appearance at CinemaCon and his alleged, it's what we do, appearance maybe at WrestleMania and his alleged departure, it's what we do, from Las Vegas this weekend?
What we do is we speak to The Rock all the time because we love collaborating with The Rock. And you'll just have to stay tuned to see if The Rock shows up at WrestleMania. The final boss can appear at any time. That's one of the beauties of The Rock, is that he can always appear.
If you say his name?
No.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I think that's it. I think we're done because, Paul, you've got a busy slate ahead.
I have better things to do than this pissant show.
Fair.
I'm going to go be on Busted Open.
Wait a minute.
Much better program than this.
WrestleMania this weekend. Watch it. Get a VPN and watch it for cheap on Netflix. Paul, thank you for your time. Good luck to you, I guess. Talking about going to Busted. What is wrong with this man? Talking about Busted Open. He's going to go do a real show. What's he going to go do? Sit on WrestleMania Row and chop it up with them? God. You had to cut that off real quick. You know, I mean, I give Paul credit. He definitely tried to do the Oba strut. Don't know if it really worked out so well, but yeah, there you go. Paul Levesque. He certainly talked, didn't he? He had plenty to say about nothing and everything all at once, just like WrestleMania Media Week has been for all these Nick Khan comments and all these Paul Levesque comments and all these every single wrestler who's just doing the same thing over and over again. Eventually, Jeremy Lambert might wake up and join us. I don't know what his deal is. I have texted him. I have reached out to him. I have been told he is allegedly awake and not completely running from the grind. He is merely just getting himself in order to start the day. What he did last night, no idea. I was up late too. We all were. It's WrestleMania week. This is what we do. We watch all the shows. We cover all the shows, all the interviews, watched, all the conversations dropped. We are there, baby. And I had to watch TNA last night, and it was not very good. You'd think maybe it'd be better, but it's just the way it is. Paul, will we get WrestleMania at the White House? I doubt it. It's too small. The White House is too small for something like this. But maybe if Paul wants to come back sometime, maybe in July, talk about whatever, 250, the USA birthday. Good luck to him, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're going to get. Can't believe he's going to bust it open. What a silly idea. You think he would have learned by now? Ryan Lambert saying watching wrestling on an Amtrak at 2 a.m. is a vibe. Is your Amtrak train running? Because from every video and every story I hear, that Amtrak train just stops and it doesn't come back until it's hours late. And you're running for it. So there you go. Someone saying they had tickets to Syracuse TNA and was sick. Listen, I heard that the TNA tapings were fine. It's just the stories were not. And finally, someone talking about the Randy Orton stuff. We'll get to that very shortly. The White House might come to WrestleMania is exactly it. Well, Linda's in town. Trump was in town. Who knows? Who knows what to expect? We'll see. We'll see when Jeremy comes up. I feel like he's almost here. He'll be ready to join us shortly, I assume. And once he does, we'll get right to it, and we'll talk about all the news and notes from this the last couple of days. Maybe even I know he had talked about all the happenings on Dynamite from yesterday with SB3. Maybe I'll jump in a little bit with my thoughts as well, because I thought Dynamite was a really fun show. That was a great show. They've been on a great run of shows, haven't they? We'll talk about that in a match finally officially added to Double or Nothing last night over on the Collision side of things. So we'll get into that as well. Once he's here, I see someone just popped in. So once he's ready, I guess Jeremy will join the show. But here he is. Hello.
Hi.
You okay?
Hello. I'm so tired.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
So tired. I was up until 2:30 last night watching the House of Glory show. The Triller stream sucked. Apologies to Triller, but it sucked. I was up till 2:30 watching House of Glory. I was up at 6 because I got too many damn kids, and they allegedly go to school. And I've been listening to Nick Khan talk about nothing with Bill Simmons. I'm so tired.
But didn't you hear?
I apologize. I apologize that I'm late.
Did you hear that Paul was here? Paul came back.
Paul was here.
Yeah, it's just another interview you have to aggregate and write articles about later. But yeah, Paul came back. We had to rush him out.
How was Paul?
He was here. He said at the end that he had to go to Bust It Open, and we cut that shit off right away.
I think he likes Busted. That's a coup for us though. If he is like saying I like Busted Open, people don't really like take his opinions great right now. So if he's saying like he's a fan of Busted Open, that I feel like that's good publicity for us.
Fair. You think you and Paul have heat for the fact that you have to aggregate all of his stupid comments all the time?
I don't know. I've never met Paul. I have no idea what Paul thinks. I'll go back and I'll watch the interview.
Highly recommend.
See if there's anything. I'll see if there's anything worthwhile there. Probably not.
Actually, there is one thing you'll probably want to watch. Yeah. Excuse me.
You okay?
He does. Yeah, I'm fine now. He does the Oba Femi strut, and he definitely has a rough time doing it. Yeah. You'll probably want to watch that.
All right. I can't picture him doing the Oba Femi strut. That seems very funny, though.
It's very funny, and he definitely tried it, sitting in his chair in his throne. He had a good time with it, let me tell you.
He's a fun guy. He seems like a fun guy, you know?
Yeah. It's got to be something going into this WrestleMania season, right?
Yeah.
Talked about Nick Khan earlier. This quote that came out this morning about Bron Breakker.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was hilarious because everybody kind of ran like the Rhea Ripley quote. I was like, yeah, fair. But also, I feel like running the Bron Breakker quote because I think it'll get more heat.
It should. And so he said, the headline is Nick Khan is high on Bron Breakker. And the quote is, we can't rush him. Let him develop at his own pace. To which I replied, you paced him into developing a hernia and missing WrestleMania. There was no attempt.
What I mean, in fairness, like he was asked about like who you see it in like 10 years, and I mean, look, if Bron Breakker's not a multi-time world champion in 10 years, like somebody screwed up somewhere, right?
Yes, probably him for trying to pace Braun.
Yeah, it felt like a damage control quote because he's not on the card this year, and so like, oh, you know, we gotta move him at his own pace. We can't rush these things. Where if like he was facing Seth, the quote would be like, we're really high on Braun. He's got this big match against Seth. You know, the sky's the limit for him, and he's been having such a great last 6 months or so, and now like this is a big WrestleMania match for him, and it's just the start for him. But because that's not the case, he's like, oh, we got to go at his own pace. Like I respect the gamesmanship of the quote, honestly.
Sure, I'm glad you do, because all I could think was this guy's not on WrestleMania, so good for you trying, I guess. Uh, anyway, what do you want to start with? Do you want to talk a little bit about Dynamite from Wednesday real quick? Because I wasn't on your show, obviously.
Sure. I mean, yeah. What were your thoughts on things?
So your joke about the through line was definitely apt, as we
Yeah.
have noticed. And I've said it multiple times. One of the best things in wrestling is when you pick a show and it has a through line through the entirety of the show, and you can pull it together and kind of swivel and sway your way through it and make it make sense. And I thought that Dynamite was very strong for that reason. Not the most perfect show, but certainly the stuff with Darby and with Max was really well done. They have a plethora of history to work on, and they used it. Thought Darby was really strong in that promo opening up the show with Max trying to call off the match. And once Darby got into his completely insane emotional bag, I thought that really cemented things further, that he was going to win the title. It was now or never, and it went really well. So good quick match, doesn't bury anybody. It builds up to Double or Nothing, which is still a month away. So why not take advantage of what you've got? And Max can be a heel still and be upset. He started this new gimmick with, he got screwed out of the title, and he'll get his way into a title shot. And with Darby, they immediately set up two guys that he's going to have to face, and that's Kevin Knight and Tommaso Ciampa. Those are not two guys that you immediately think of world title matches, but the story being Darby thinking he doesn't deserve to have the title and then proving that he does deserve the title by facing two guys who are eventually going to be going for the title more, and this is their first chances at it. Like, there is a great collection of journeys that get told in those stories with those three guys alone. And I really like that there is a space where you're finding and identifying new people to challenge and move up the card, while using Darby, who is a new champion, being second guessed along the way and building a formidable resume as a world champion at the same time. So that, for me, was a really strong point on the show. I hope that that's how they follow it through. But overall, I thought Dynamite was great. Camille comes back, loses her first match back. Good for her, well, her second match back. But other than that, there was some good stuff and some questionable stuff. Listen, Tekla's great. Tekla's amazing. She's also a heel, so it really sucks to have to say she's so great while she's getting over so well by being so.
I mean, she's getting like good heat though. Like, I think people are still booing her and everything, but she's just super entertaining.
For the thing she was. I don't think it's bad. I can't help but love the fact that she's so into herself and so confident. But I'm like, from a presentational standpoint, this is not good for her, because she's supposed to be a heel, but also she's entertaining as hell. So it's like, pick your poison here, because she's a toxic spider.
It's the cost of being entertaining, right? In 2026. Like, I hope there's no one votes on this poll question. I was gonna put like not looking forward to it at all, but I figured that would easily be the answer from our chat. So I was gonna actually try to play fair and just go night one or night two, but it's just gonna be very funny if like no one votes in it, because it's like not looking forward to anything. But it's the cost of being entertaining in 2026 is the crowd wants to cheer the people who are entertaining. Like, it's tough to be a heel. It is. MJF had this problem too. MJF, he's super entertaining, so yes, he's a heel, but people still kind of cheer him. He does great work to turn him back around to make people boo him, but people just like cheering for entertaining people. Like, Trick Williams is a heel. All his all his actions, I should say heel. His confidence, his bravado, especially stepping to Sammy, like, it's all heel stuff. But he's entertaining, and he has a cool theme, and so people just want to cheer him. Like, it's tough. Swerve ran into the same problem. Swerve was dastardly and everything, but people just like Swerve. Like, you got to do your best to try to switch people. And yeah, as Mikey V said, like, you got to do your best to try to switch people, get people to boo you in your promos and everything. But man, people just like cheering for the heels, especially if they're cool. Like, you got to have This is honestly why, like, I respect Don Callis, because no matter what Don Callis does, that dude's getting booed.
He said Super Nintendo in that introduction to Edge.
Yeah, ruled.
It was very funny, especially when Excalibur pointed it out, or maybe him or Tony Schiavone, either way. But you're right. Like Don Callis is not afraid to be in character 24/7 and to do that old school style of getting heat and doing it at all costs. He did a sit down with Brian Alvarez on Observer a couple days ago, and it was just tearing down everything and just being the Don Callis character. And that stuff to me is so efficient. And again, like none of this is a knock at Tekla, because I've said it once, I'll say it 100 billion times. She is so damn entertaining, and she is very clearly finding that confidence that you don't necessarily expect. She stepped up at a time when Tony Storm is out. She's gone for the time being. So you found your next, big I don't want to say emoting, but your next big star from a character standpoint, and she does a great job with that. So I'm excited. I'm also wondering if they're going to keep her as a heel, or if they'll try to reposition her and not necessarily babyface, but try to soften her a bit. But then she has the Sisters of Sin. I don't know if they're going to stick around. The BFAB and Michin, as you called them.
Yeah.
You did.
No, I think they'll continue to use Julia and Sky, because it does get heat on Thekla. Like, if you want her to get booed, having a couple of heaters for her, they're not traditional definition of heaters, because you think of heaters, you think of like bigger people, but they're heaters in the sense that they do dastardly things and do her bidding. If you want to keep her getting booed, like that's one way to do it. Now, if you want to actually turn her, then yeah, switch off of them. But I think they'll stay with Thekla for a little while anyway. Like I think she likes playing this heel character, because one, I'm not sure how much of a character she's playing. But you know how it goes in wrestling, Joel, is like if they try to like turn her, like she'll get turned, but then the novelty of like cheering her just kind of wears off, and then you just almost want to turn her back in that. So I think they're smart enough to read that of let's just keep doing what we're doing with her.
Get your heat, Tekla.
And whenever she faces Willow, which I assume is coming sooner rather than later, I don't know when Willow's going to drop the TBS title, but whenever she faces Willow, like she'll be, she'll completely be a heel on that, because people aren't going to boo like Willow or anything.
But what if they do boo Willow? What if she finally shows her true colors? Everything matters. Don't smile about anything.
I don't think they're gonna boo Willow.
That's fair. Who's she gonna drop that TBS title to? I know people are gonna jump in and be like Mercedes, but what if it's not?
I actually think Mercedes could return and challenge Thekla, and people will cheer Mercedes. Like, she's been gone kind of long enough. I think that audience like respects everything she did, and Mercedes she's a much better heel, but she can be a baby face. So I think that I think people would cheer Mercedes off of that, though.
I would rather Mercedes come in and explain herself to being a babyface, because she left threatening to come back and effectively scalp people instead of win titles. That's the last time we heard from her. And you really have to have been paying attention to what she did outside of AEW to want to cheer her. And even then she was still a heel doing these matches on the indies. And now she's going to come back and expect a hero's welcome for doing her job. Like, to me, the Mercedes story doesn't start with her coming back and being cheered automatically. There should be a reason for people to want to get her.
Sure, but like, she's going to get cheered just the return pop. Like, everyone gets cheered on the return pop, babyface or heel. Yes, she does need to explain her actions. I completely agree with that. It can't just be, I'm back, I'm a babyface, you love me, let's forget about all the work that I've done. But she's going to get cheered on the return pop regardless. And then it just matters of like, okay, well, what's she going to do? If she steps to Thekla, I think that can position her more as a babyface. If she steps to Willow, that's obviously going to position her more as a heel. So it really does depend on what she does after that, who she does kind of confront and everything. But she's going to get cheered on the return pop. Everyone gets cheered on the return pop. Is the poll not working? Because people have put 2, and like there's no results showing up.
It's there. It says 100% night 2.
Oh, it's not working for me.
For night 1. No one is.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Pat McAfee strikes again.
It's not working for me. Hold on. Let me hide it and show it again. I don't know. Whatever. This poll's cursed.
No, that's Danhausen. He does.
Well, Danhausen cursed this poll.
Well, he's got a blimp now. The collab with Goodyear has started.
Yeah.
If you go on Goodyear socials, it says "Get our tires or be cursed," and it's a picture of Danhausen in the blimp.
Fair.
Oh, well, there you go. Mikey V is excited for night 1. Don't know why.
Bullied people into. You've bullied people into voting for night 1.
It wasn't me. I just said that night 1 is useless. John is saying, can we talk about the real news? Jack Perry jacking off so hard he fell backwards in his chair on Anna Jay's stream. Did you see this?
No, I missed this. What happened?
Yeah, it's on Squared Circle. I think just the clip. There's a stream. It's Anna Jay, and then Jack is behind her. Luchasaurus in full gear is next to her, and then I don't know who's behind them. There was another guy who I just didn't recognize.
All right, I'm watching it now.
Yeah, and Jack's just kind of leaning back on his chair, and then you just see him go whoop, and he just goes ass over tea kettle on the chair, and he sells it like he took a legit bump. It was very funny.
I like that Anna Jay's just like chilling, streaming, and then she's got Jack there and full gear Luchasaurus, and she just looks like, what are these men doing here?
These men broke into my house and they're streaming with me.
Yeah, this is what I put up with all the time. Like, she looks like the John Silver meme with everything.
Who is the 4th guy? Does he look familiar to you? Am I missing something?
Not really. Oh, I just saw Jack fell over.
It's so stupid.
Poor Jack.
Oh, it's very funny. I hope Danhausen pulls a Simpsons and talks with a high-pitched voice because of the helium in the blimp. Shoo, 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 ha ha. It's one of my favorite bits. That was a great episode. Yes. You had to go watch it.
I'm not going to do that.
That's fair. So Okada and Takeshita is happening. It's going to be a double or nothing, double or muffin, as we call it. That'll be a good match. Is that the main event? No.
What?
Darby and Max, the main event.
I assume so.
The home and home series.
Yeah.
Darby should come out and be like, no rematch for you. You have to work your way up the ladder.
Well, I think that he kind of will. Yeah, I don't think that. No, MJF will have to win a match or 2.
I don't think so. I think he's going to play the Tony Khan, you screwed me, I want my rematch, and eventually Tony will relent.
Okay.
If he has a match or 2, I would be surprised. Are there any big Dynamites coming up that have been?
Every Dynamite's a big Dynamite, Joel.
It's a big Dynamite. Any themed Dynamites coming up?
I don't know.
Fairway to Hell, but that's a Saturday Collision.
Yeah, Playoff Palooza is also a Collision show on.
Yes,
I think Saturday. I don't know.
Summer Blockbuster. That's June 10th. That's after Double or Muffin. Yeah, so I don't see any big Dynamites, but who knows? He could always do something.
That doesn't mean he can't. He can't just have matches.
No, he can't. He is physically not allowed to have matches unless there's a special reason for it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works, right? Anyway, yeah. So overall, Dynamite, good show. I know you guys talked about it last night, but I wanted to give my thoughts on definitely the main event stuff and where that seems to be going, which I appreciate because it was a solid show. Good stuff.
I agree.
As you should. So what do you think? Is The Rock going to be at WrestleMania despite telling everyone he's going home?
Yeah, so this obviously got a lot of attention. That he was there for CinemaCon and he was doing the Moana, the live action Moana trailer or whatever. And people were like, oh, The Rock's in Vegas. Now he said that, and he could be lying. He's a professional wrestler. He said he was going home last night, Thursday night, to be with his daughter, his youngest, not Ava or Simone. He was going home to be with his daughter for her 8th birthday. Like, I believe him. I don't think he's going to be part of WrestleMania. I'm not going to talk myself into that because I don't talk myself into any of this kind of stuff. Now, Steven Jensen pitched a fantastic idea last night of WrestleMania Night 2 closes with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, and The Rock. And, it's all, instead of 3, 2, 1, it's, 3, 2, 1, 4, though. And we got the new Horsemen out here. That's what I'm hoping for. Is imagine if WrestleMania Night 2 closes with these 4 dudes. It wouldn't make a ton of sense because, why is Roman?
Who's in the Ric Flair position here?
Nah, it doesn't have to be like they're those kind of horsemen. But
people will absolutely draw that comparison.
Sure. Well, Roman is the Ric Flair.
Is he? Did you say Randy's part of this too?
Yeah.
Well, Randy would probably be a champion, right?
Well, they're all going to be champions because Randy's winning the title Night 1 and Roman's winning the title Night 2.
Okay, are we positioning the world title ahead of the WWE Championship at that point?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I mean, we're positioning Roman over Randy.
That's true. I guess if Roman's winning it, then it does.
But 2 of these people don't even wrestle. Pat might wrestle. Rock's not going to wrestle, so maybe.
What are you talking about? He's gonna the Horsemen explode at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia, where they're totally doing the show and not pulling it because of Live Golf or anything like that.
It's gonna be. So here's your WrestleMania Saudi main event. Everybody, get ready. Okay, all right. You ready for this one, Joel?
I'm so ready.
All right. Pat McAfee, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, the new Horsemen, against we'll call them the TKO Horsemen, the TKO board. I don't know, whatever. Against Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Jelly Roll, and Triple H.
Oh,
that's the Saudi main event.
Oh God. First of all, Paul's heart would explode walking down to the ring.
He doesn't have to do anything. He can just it's an 8-man tag. He doesn't have to do anything. It'll be fine.
That seems awful.
That's what the Prince wants.
That's true. I thought you were gonna go with the new 4 Horsemen versus the OG 4 Horsemen. Somehow Dean Malenko.
They don't like Rick. They don't like Rick that much. We ain't giving this dude a payday.
If something like that happened, the new 4 Horsemen, Rick would have a field day being like, I got referenced twice in 1 week on 2 wrestling channels, and be like, oh Christ, why are we doing this?
I think they're gonna do this. Is gonna be so stupid, but it's gonna rule. I'm excited for this WrestleMania for the dumbest reasons. I don't care about any of these matches.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see how terrible they're gonna make this, and how terrible they're going to try to quote unquote fix this, because they've booked themselves into just a giant hole with this Pat McAfee stuff. And now they have to somehow fix at WrestleMania. And the fact that Pat is Randy Orton's going to save the business, but ticket sales suck. But now he's now he's on Roman's side, even though he said literally Night 2 is ass. Now he's Roman's going to drive home the business. Now you got one of these McAfee dudes right in this column saying it all makes sense Night 2. And look, he could just be writing stuff for the sake of writing stuff. As we always say, I don't think the online side knows what the creative side is doing. I don't think they have a clue on this stuff. But there is part of me that thinks they just tie all this together, and like Pat McAfee is the voice of TKO, and TKO has chosen Randy Orton and Roman Reigns to be like their golden boy. And that's hilarious to me. It's gonna rule.
But it's okay. We're taking our time with Braun Breaker.
Oh, Paul is now on ESPN, and he got over there quick, I guess.
Wow, did he do busted open or did he blow them off first?
I guess he blew them off. He went to he went over to ESPN. He went to First Take.
I think Paul just got really upset that Bully Ray was being so mean to Matt Coon last night. So Paul was like, I'm not going to do that pissant show. I'm going to go do the other one on ESPN. Going back to the Goodyear Blimp thing, by the way, apparently the Goodyear Blimp team is staying at Circle Las Vegas as well. Apparently the entire city of Las Vegas is staying at this damn hotel. And it's a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. Our own Sean Ross Sapp is there. But I did not realize the magnitude. Do you think the blimp docks every night at the hotel on top of it?
Sure. I assume they have blimp docking. Sure.
Probably just they have a helicopter pad. Can it take blimps? Sure, why not? We'll find out. Danhausen's just like, I'm going to sleep in the blimp. Is that okay? And everyone's like, yeah, that's fine. You can sleep wherever you want, Danhausen. Okay, just leave the light on for me. I'm afraid of the dark.
I don't feel like Danhausen would be afraid of the dark.
Why not? It'd be very Danhausen to be afraid of the dark.
I guess.
Someone saying this whole angle's severely lacking Jeff Jarrett. Well, if Jeff wants to come home,
agreed,
get his Hall of Fame ring out of this. One last run.
I mean, they need Jeff Jarrett in the Hall of Fame to sell some tickets because no one cares about this Hall of Fame induction.
Have we seen any numbers in this?
Oh yeah, you want the numbers?
Yeah. I've like somewhat paid attention, but not to Hall of Fame.
They're at 2,500. Last year was 3,100. So they're about 600 tickets less than last year.
Smaller venue though, right? Dolby Live. It was 6,000 in Fontainebleau.
Sure, I don't know.
I think I remember having this conversation on this show. But yes, when I saw available tickets 505, I was like, woof. And then I realized that's not tickets out. But 2,500 is respectable enough, I guess. Double J's.
I mean, there's apparently like they can open this up to be at least 5,000. So they're selling half the building right now.
It's fine. It's 9:00 on a Friday. People have to get to.
Yeah, look, I don't think that this Hall of Fame stuff is a good idea anyway. Like, I don't know how many fans want. Like, it's a tough time to do it because you're doing it after SmackDown. And it's already, now that SmackDown's 3 hours as well, like even over on the West Coast, like it's okay. Like it's only 8:00 over there. So, okay, fine. You go to the Hall of Fame afterwards, but it still doesn't start until like, 9:00, 10:00 or something. So it's, I never got the appeal of the Hall of Fame, I guess. But maybe it's just me. Like, I don't care to sit there and watch like a bunch of people just talk about their career. Like, it doesn't do anything for me personally. I like AJ Styles. He one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He got me back into wrestling after WCW went out of business and WWE was what it was. Izzy Dame. But I don't care. Like, all these guys do so many podcasts now as well that I feel like I've like heard a lot of this stuff. So why do I care to just like watch you go up there and just talk about your career that you've already talked about? If there wasn't so many podcasts out there, I'd probably feel a little bit differently. But see, that's why, like, you know, when Michael Jordan gets inducted to the Hall of Fame, it's like, okay, Jordan ain't out there every week doing a bunch of interviews. So this is like cool. This is something different. These wrestlers, I could listen, if I want to hear AJ talk, I'll tune into his podcast.
Apparently, Well, so Ken is saying there's a subsect of hyper passionate WWE fans that love being in the same room as folks.
Yeah.
And I get that because I've seen those fans, and like there's nothing wrong with it as long as you're being respectful to the experience and the people. But like I get it. I do to a certain degree. Listen, we are covering this. We are doing this at a different level than being a fan who attends the shows. So we have a different perspective on what turns us on to being in the wrestling space. So I understand, everyone has a different feeling. And if it's going to a show like Hall of Fame and seeing your favorites get inducted for something that you think, influenced your life as much as it did theirs, then I understand being there. Personally, I wouldn't be there. You clearly said you wouldn't be either, but there's a time and a place. You can scrub through the speeches later, right?
No, I get it. I know it's not for me because I'm not going to it, so it's not catered for me. Yeah, there are people who want to be there because maybe Stephanie was their favorite, maybe AJ was their favorite, maybe Demolition was their favorite. Look, if Sid was actually there, I might change my tune and be like, all right, you know what? I want to go see Sid. Like last year, Lex was the most important person to me. Like, I didn't care about Triple H. I don't even remember who else was inducted last year outside of, I know Triple H headlined, but Lex was there. Brett and Austin were there. Like, that was a big deal. Hogan and Andre aren't actually there. Holograms or something. The lineup just feels...
They're going to wheel up Hulk Hogan's statue and do an overdub. Well, let me tell you something, 2026 Hall of Fame. The fuck? 2026 Hall of Fame. It does a whole thing.
Like, no offense. Like, the lineup just feels like a little weak this year. And that's probably why, maybe the tickets aren't moving. Like, Stephanie, like, do I think all these people are Hall of Famers in a fake Hall of Fame that exists because of people's opinions of who they book strong? I forgot my own question.
Michelle McCool, by the way, was the other person in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, sure.
Natural disasters, and then, like you said, Brett and Stone Cold. The legacy wing was Kamala, Dory Funk Sr., and Ivan Koloff.
Okay. So I remembered my trip. Look, folks, I've had like 3 hours of sleep. Okay, I had 4 coffees yesterday. I understand now how Tony Khan functions. Like,
on a higher
Tony Khan? Yeah. Because if this man is drinking like 6 to 8 coffees a day, I totally get it. Because I was not like tired or anything. I'm drinking coffee every 5 hours effectively. Like, is that right? Yeah, about every 5 hours. I have a coffee at 7 when I wake up. I have a coffee at 12. I have one at 5 and I have one at 10. And that gets me through the day. So if I cut that to like every 2.5 hours, yeah, I can understand how like these people don't sleep or anything. But okay, so as I was saying, like, do these people deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Does Stephanie McMahon deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? AJ Styles, yeah, like it's a fake Hall of Fame that is based on accomplishments of who one or two people thought if you were worthy of these accolades and stuff. And that's not only for going into the Hall of Fame. That's for like, winning championships and stuff. So yeah, these people are Hall of Famers. But Stephanie isn't like this huge draw. Like, she's Stephanie McMahon. Like, it's cool, but she's not like, I know she invented women's wrestling, but I don't feel like she's this huge draw for things. AJ is cool. AJ's been a draw, but we also just saw AJ like on television and give effectively a retirement speech on TV. So there's no novelty of like, oh, cool, we're seeing AJ Styles. Like, we just saw AJ Styles. The immortal moment, Hogan and Andre aren't actually there. Like, Brett and Austin were there last year. Sid and Bad News Brown are not there. Demolition, like, that's cool. But that's appealing to the WrestleCon audience out there. So that's not like a big... I'm sure people are showing up for Demolition. But, they're the third act on here. Who else? And Rodman. Rodman's honestly the biggest draw on this show. Like, I think Rodman is probably the reason for at least 2,000 of these tickets.
Honestly, at this point, the biggest question is who's inducting whom.
Yeah, they haven't announced that either, which, that's always part of the appeal too, is like, oh, I'm going to get to see Austin induct this person. I'm going to see The Rock induct his dad and stuff like that. Like, yeah, that's part of the appeal. So this was sort of hinted at on the Triple H and Stephanie podcast. I think Stephanie's kids are inducting her. Don't quote me on that. Don't hold me to that. But if I'm correct, everyone can please give me credit for it and keep following me for more accurate scoops. But the way they were talking made it seem like it was going to be, and I assume Triple H, but they made it seem like it's going to be her kids are going to induct her. So we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition.
You know what? That would be that'd be really nice for her. I think that would be a pretty cool and just a different look at Stephanie too. It's different when like this person who professionally for X amount of years talks about you. It's a different expectation when your own kids who see you. And yes, they're going to polish it up. They're not going to talk about all the times mom yells because I didn't clean up my room or whatever. But it's it might actually be very funny. Our mom is a real bitch. But instead, it could be a really fun induction if it is the kids. So I hope you're right. If that's what they were hinting at and that's what comes to fruition, then I would I'd pay attention to that. I'd watch that. And then I'd turn off her. It's like, don't care.
Well, you can't say like, hey, the kids are going to be inducted. I mean, you can, but like no one's going to like buy a ticket, be like, oh, I can't wait to see Stephanie's kids speak. Like if it's Trish Stratus.
That would be creepy.
If it's Trish Stratus, then okay, it's like, oh, that's cool. Like Trish is going to do it. All right, maybe you sell a couple extra tickets because Trish is there. But the fact that they haven't announced any of the inductors is, I guess concerning. I don't know. I don't care how many tickets they sell for this thing. They're making money regardless. But the fact that like it's not out there seems like this is not coming together as smoothly maybe as they were. I said this half jokingly, but with full confidence. This WrestleMania is so half-assed. They did not get the weekend this year. Oh, you knew this WrestleMania was doomed when the Weeknd, who has done the theme song, at least one of them, because they've had multiple the past couple of years, has done the theme for like 6 straight years. They didn't get the Weeknd this year. What happened? This was just poorly planned. They didn't have anything going on. So that's how this whole show has just been poorly planned. Like they forgot to get the Weeknd, the guy they've gotten for 6 years. Upsetting. Mainly because I couldn't write my headline that I write every single year. But
there might be other reasons for why he didn't do it, but who knows?
Nah, he was at one of the shows though. I know like Drake was also at the show, but like I don't know. I thought, I guess they stopped their part. No, they did their partnership with him. XO is his company.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have a partnership with him.
I don't know. I just don't know what the deal is this year.
What are you guys talking about? Like, did the Weeknd run out of songs? The Weeknd stop making new music? The Weeknd has nothing but bangers and hits. They ain't gotta use like one of those.
They'll go back to
one of the mainstream.
They'll use an old one if they have to.
Yeah, come on, guys. They're using Back in Black by ACD. That's not a new song.
Are they really using AC/DC's Back in Black?
No, what are they using? I'm back in the saddle. That song. Who sings that?
It's Aerosmith.
Okay, sure. All right. Regardless, my point stands. Not a new song.
True. And also, I guess the Nickelback song is new.
Yeah. I would have preferred if they used like Rockstar. That's just funnier to me.
That is a great song.
It's about drugs and stuff. So
perfect. It's wrestling.
Yeah, exactly.
Ken Bruno adding in a fun fact: AJ Styles was at the Hitchcock show yesterday. Yeah. Nice. Also a fun fact: AJ Styles was actually the one who started the "Fuck TNA" chant at the Mark Hitchcock Memorial. when that came out and like the group chat, not the group chat, the staff chat on the social team posted it, and I was like, oh Jesus, I have a TNA post show tonight. So when they posted it, I was like, bad time to remind people that there's a TNA post show tonight. Oh, that was so funny. Oh God, I just can't help it. But it's okay, Jeremy. It's okay, Jeremy. Forbidden Door. They're clearly trying to counteract Slammiversary. Don't you worry.
Did they pull Ricky Sosa from the Hog match? Find this out, Joel.
I will have to ask about that because Ricky wasn't at the tapings in Syracuse.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on the Hog show last night, and he wasn't.
I'm wondering if maybe there was a visa thing then with him. Because if he didn't do TNA, which taped 2 days before WrestleMania week started, I don't know why he wasn't there.
Is like which TNA guys?
A visa issue was announced.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, fairs then.
Okay, yeah, because that's why I was confused about why he didn't do TNA 2 nights before in Syracuse and then go.
Where's this announcement at?
I'm seeing this in Mail du Catch. Ricky Sosa did not appear at Delgado promotion show. A visa issue was announced, nor at the House of Glory Hog Vegas show. I'll send you the link. Whether you can look into this more, but this is from And Mail du Catch is pretty good about stuff.
No, if they have like a visa issue was announced, then cool. Like I can at least run that. But I see one of the so Delgado Promotions.
Yeah.
I gotta find that. Okay. Well, if it's a visa issue, then all right. What I did Delgado Promotions, like, was that a Vegas show?
I feel like it was.
Okay.
Or maybe people bringing him in.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll look into it. Okay. Sorry.
Delgado Lucha Libre. So, I'm looking to see. Sorry, folks. Sorry, dead air, because we're now in this conversation.
I don't know what you're looking at now. I'm trying to move on.
I'm on the Delgado Instagram. I wanted to know if there was something here. But anyway, I'll let you dig into it. But it seems to be a visa issue.
Okay.
So there you go. All right.
Yeah, House of Glory didn't say anything. So that's
House of Glory doesn't say anything ever. So there's just that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all this to say Slammiversary should be running the afternoon of Forbidden Door.
How do you feel that TNA should send people to Forbidden Door and knock on the door and see what happens?
Knock on the Forbidden Door. Who should go? The system?
So I was thinking about that. It shouldn't be the system. No.
It should always be the system.
Moose it should be the Hardys.
It should always be Moose, and Moose is just knocking on doors, being like, "Don't you know who I am?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, unfortunately, we do."
It should be the Hardys, right?
Sure. And they'll show up in their broken gimmick.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it should just always be the Hardys because it's the Hardys, you know?
Should be Dreamer and Carlos Silva.
No, they're not going to let them in.
They're not going to let the Hardys in either. Although TK would be like, yeah, come on in. Here's X amount of money. You want to work a tag match tonight? The Hardys would be like, ooh, yes, we do. That sounds delightful. And then they'll go in and do the whole gimmick.
It should be Nemeth, actually.
It should be Nick Nemeth. By the way,
Ryan.
Thank you. Which the fact that MJF is no longer the AEW World Champion and won't be in time for that Create a Pro match that's not happening anymore makes it even funnier that they're not doing Nick Nemeth versus MJF. Oh, it's so funny. And it was never an AEW World Title match, but like the World Title kind of made it a thing, and it's oh god, how funny is that shit?
Rules. Absolutely rules.
Yeah, the Hardys and the Righteous did a thing at WrestleCon yesterday where the Righteous like approached the Hardys at their table, and I'm like, they're trying to tell the story more than TNA is.
And the Righteous showed up in the main event of House of Glory, and
yes, they did.
I was like, can we just?
The Hardys think they're telling like this multi-layered 4D chess story.
I was just like, can we just move on from this, please?
Nope, not until
Please
next week.
just move on.
Not until next week when Broken Matt Hardy shows up on TNA during the Dutch match, and then we're off to the races to do a Hardy compound match at Slammiversary. Or probably at the live. Oh, they're going to do it on a live episode of Impact? That's dumb. But here we are.
I don't know. They can't be that dumb to do it on a live episode when
they showed at Rebellion. They showed.
I know.
A White Bunny promo at Emergence in Toronto. They showed you a Frankie Kazarian film match. They'll do it.
I know they will, but I'm saying it's dumb.
Yeah, well, that company's running on dumb. That company has been dumb for years. Talking about it is making me sick, I guess. Ugh. What did John Alba do to the city of Las Vegas?
I don't know. He tweeted something, and I saw he caught like heat for it. I thought it was like kind of innocuous, but I think most things are kind of what?
John Alba.
Oh, but like I think like most of these things are kind of like whatever.
He deleted it.
Yeah, he deleted it. Yeah, he like apologized. It was just basically like, hey, I think New Orleans is like a great spot, like a great host city for WrestleMania. And people, it felt like the pancakes and waffles thing. Like, why are you saying fuck Las Vegas for? And it's like Alba was just kind of saying nice things about New Orleans, but I guess people from Las Vegas were like, well, they don't have it this year. They were supposed to, but they don't. So why are you saying things about Vegas? Oh, he said Vegas was soulless? Okay, well, never mind. Maybe it was a little bit more.
About that. He's not wrong.
Oh, we called Vegas plastic? Okay. I didn't see that one. I only saw the one where he was talking about New Orleans and praising New Orleans, and I thought people took that differently. Oh, we got Las Vegas plastic and fake. All right, you know what?
He's right. Why are you booing him? He's right.
Yeah, I don't know like if John deserves like heat and stuff for that, but I understand why people would be like, yeah, don't say that shit. So, you know what?
The only thing fake and plastic in New Orleans are the beads on Mardi Gras weekends. Or Mardi Gras week because it's.
I feel like how you get those beads might be fake and plastic for people.
That's the point. It's fine. It's okay. Next year they'll be in the super honest, never sports washing country of Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania, and everything will be just and right with the world, right?
Yeah.
But if you ask Nick Khan, it's definitely happening. No questions.
I mean, I think Nick Khan thinks it's going to happen.
I think Nick Khan can't say otherwise, or else the stock market starts to take a look and they say, Get John Alba on the show to publicly apologize to Las Vegas. No, I want him to double down on our show.
Oh, I'll message Alba and be like, hey, come on the show.
Since what is it, 8:00 there? You can do it.
He's on East Coast time. He'll be fine.
Yeah, good. Get him up. Get him on here.
I'll message him. I'll say, hey, our audience, because if I make it seem like it's you guys and not us, maybe he'll be more open to do it.
True.
Hello, John Alba. This is how I start my text messages anyway. Our audience would like you to appear to double down on your Vegas take. They agree. There we go.
So do we.
Thanks. All right.
I hope you join.
I don't know. I've never been to Vegas, so I don't know like what Vegas is like. I'm not gonna bury a place that like I've never been to.
So the thing is, like, everyone knows Vegas because of the Strip and maybe because of Fremont downtown, and it's more than that. I will fully admit it is more than that. What's up?
John Alba, one, he's up because I just saw him tweet. Two, he said, I literally can't believe that blew up. So we'll see if John Alba comes on the show here shortly. So he is awake, folks. So we shall see. All right, sorry, go ahead.
No. The point of all this is like it is fake in nature of its tourism, but it is like a real place with real people doing real jobs. Like there is we know that not everywhere has a fake and plastic part of its downtown core, especially in a big city. Like where I live in Toronto, you go downtown, like it's fake, it's plastic. There's a nightlife, there's a entertainment district. There's shit out there, but Vegas is made of being fake in its most tourism based part of the city. Vegas is buffets and gambling. Man, it used to be buffets, but the buffets cost too much now. So they're not buffets anymore. Now it's just gambling. They don't care about how you eat. They prefer you don't.
Yeah, Jensen went on a Vegas rant last night, and he's
The
like,
irony.
yeah, Jensen's like, this shit sucks. Like Vegas is not. He was nicer about it. He's like, the novelty just kind of wears off pretty quickly because now everything's just so expensive that you can't even like enjoy it there. Somebody saying it's gambling and $15 bottle of water. See, like I don't think I would like Vegas. One, I don't like traveling anyway. Like people asked me, and I was actually kind of flattered how many people messaged me. I'm like, hey, you're gonna be at WrestleMania this year? I was like, no, I don't travel. But I did appreciate that people were like, oh, we're gonna miss you. I feel like they were lying, but I still appreciate it. Like Vegas is not a place that like I would care to go. You know what I mean? Like I went the last time I think I traveled for an event was Sting's last match. And that was North Carolina. I'm very familiar with North Carolina. I'm pretty familiar with Greensboro. And like that was like cool. I had a really good time. And fortunately, I was around people that I really like hanging out with. But like Vegas just seems like there's so much going on and stuff that like I don't care to be part of any of that. Like I'd be the person who's just like sitting in my hotel room and just like FaceTiming with my wife and be like, how are the kids? What's going on? What you wearing? Depending on what time of night it is.
You're FaceTiming. You know what she's wearing.
Come on. That would be me in Vegas. Like I don't gamble. I mean I do, but like I don't like doing it. Like I don't gamble. I gamble on sports and I don't gamble much. Like when I went to visit my mom in December, end of December. Yeah. We went to the casino, right? And because they just got it in at the place where she lives and stuff. So we went to the casino, and she, she's playing the slots, she's doing all this stuff, and like she's having a good time, and like I don't know, she goes there, I guess every now and again. I went and I played the digital roulette game, which is a thing. Like you don't even have to like stand at a roulette table. They just have like the video screen roulette, Like I played that and I was betting like $5 at a time. I got up like $30. I'm like, I'm good. I'm cashing out. Like I've walked away with $30 here. This is a successful trip to me. And I was done.
That's all you need. And like, so with me and gambling, so in Vancouver, the venue that TJPW and Mystery were running was technically also a casino. Not much of a casino, it was like slots, but I went after the Mystery show and I was like, yeah, I got a couple minutes before I want to go back. So I put $5 in the machine and I was like, let's see what happens. And like, I lost $5. I was up, to $6 at one point. And I was like, I wonder. I didn't mind losing $5. That was what I wanted to do. And that was it. Again, it's about knowing your limits and playing within them, which is the commonly shared feeling when it comes to gambling. But Vegas is very much that excess. That's what they want you to do. Now it's more about gambling than it is anything else. When I was there for the TNA rebrand for Hard to Kill in 2024, that was the last time I went to a buffet there, and I did it on a 2-for-1 with Speedball. And that was it, because we just done our interview, and he was, I don't know what it is. Whenever I go to Vegas, I end up having a meal with one of the talent, and it's very strange. So yeah, we did the interview that morning, and we were just like, so what are you doing for the rest of the day? And I said what I was doing. He said he had something at FSW. He was doing a seminar at FSW in the evening. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get some breakfast. You want to come with? And he's like, yeah, sure. And we went to the buffet and had a very pleasant time and ate our food, and that was that. But yeah, never went back to a buffet since then. last year when I interviewed Lil Mars, I think I told the story on the air. By the way, check out that interview from last year because Lil Mars is on the Lodestone camp with Bailey this year in Vegas, and I was so excited to see her face. And I messaged her and I said, "We're gonna talk about this." And she's like, "Yes, you're the one I'm going to talk to about Lodestone." So look forward to that. We're going to catch up, Lil Mars and I, soon. But after our interview last year that we did together at Circa, during the interview, I think we even made plans to go to In-N-Out, and that's where we went. We went to In-N-Out for dinner, and then afterwards ran into Nixie XS and Shaza, and they were all going to do their thing, and I went to go do my thing because I had worked that night. But yeah, there's something about me doing interviews with talent and then getting food afterwards. I have an interview coming out with Fresh Air where eventually we talk about going to get sushi, so that's also coming to Overbooked. All of this to say I need to go eat more food with wrestlers, I guess.
That's a good bit. You could do, like, people have done like coffee with wrestlers, but I don't think that lasted for too long. So you can do food with wrestlers. That's a good bit.
Get really messy foods though.
Nah, just go, like, just always take them to like McDonald's.
I wanted to do poutine when they came to Canada for the first time, when AEW came for the first time, but I couldn't get anyone to sign off on it, so that didn't happen.
But no, it should the setup should always be like, we're gonna go enjoy some fine cuisine here in Canada, and it's just always McDonald's.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm gonna see when the next trip coming up in the summer. I'm gonna see if I can get ahead of it this time, and not expect Sean to message the PR people for me. I will try to do it myself. What happened to the hot tub, Joel? Well, we couldn't get one in Vegas this year because Sean's in Vegas, so he's enjoying the hot tub. Jeremy and I will get a hot tub when we're brought in for an event together, and we will interview wrestlers in the hot tub and do our show.
Not doing any of this.
TFB. Gordon Winfall saying, "I'm late, guys. Did y'all see the Cam and Jey Uso clip? Hilarious." Yeah, they're trying, man. They really want people to come to this show and like it's real.
This rolled because it's the same, like, they're doing the McAfee, but with different nights. Because Cam's like, I don't want nobody from night one. Give me a night two guy. Like, night one sucks. And I'm like, why is your whole, like, sell for this show is one night sucks and the other night is much better? You know, you could just be like, hey, both nights are great. Both nights are equal. Like, what? It's so hilarious this is how they're selling the show.
What if, and hear me out, what if this all ends with the announcement that Saudi Mania, one night. No more two night manias, because we just can't do this again. It's not about who's better. It's about one great night of professional wrestling action or making movies, whatever you want to believe.
Oh, would that, like, ease the pain of it being in Saudi? Be like, oh, they're back to one night. I think wrestling fans like the 2-night WrestleManias, though. I could be wrong.
I think they've become acclimated to it because this is the 6th year in which we are doing a 2-night WrestleMania.
Yeah,
sorry, I just cut you off. And coming off of the year prior, the last time they did a 1-night WrestleMania, it ended so late that there were so many issues with traffic and transit that people were upset about that, and rightfully so. It became 2 nights, for those who don't remember, it became 2 nights out of necessity during COVID, where they were like, okay, well, now we have to do 2 nights of content because it's just extra work for us. And then they just continued it from there. WrestleMania became 2 nights after 2020.
Yeah. I like the 2 nights, honestly. Like, I don't mind it. I do feel like after night 1, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, there's another night of this. That sucks. But I don't mind the 2 nights because the show now is, like, you want to get as many people on the card as you can, right? And now the show has become, like, so overproduced and so much, like, it's always been about, like, the pageantry and everything. But now with all the ads and all the videos they want to do and all the, hey, look at this celebrity and all the skits, and look, the entrances are longer than a lot of matches in the past at this point. like, you can't put that just into one night. Because, like, you're right. Like, 35 was a very long night. And I didn't think 35 was, like, a terrible show. But definitely by the end of the night, like, many people were burnt out. I'll never forget the 32, which was the longest show in existence. And I'm pretty sure Roman and Triple H are still wrestling. Like, that show was god-awful. I have no idea what else happened on that show. I just know Roman and Triple H are still wrestling. And it sucked. But yeah, I'm okay with 2 nights because I don't think they can do a one night WrestleMania at this point. Like, I don't know what that would look like. I feel like it'd have to start at like 3 and then end at 11. Like, it'd have to be all in all over again, except way more downtime and ads.
That's the problem. And so it's funny because I was explaining to my wife that I'm doing. So someone had asked earlier who's doing the post shows for Mania. Me and Cresta Star and I are doing the post shows for night.
I'm going to show up.
Of course you are, and that's fine. I expect that. And Sean's also going to show up. He said he'll have some run-ins to do, which is great. But yeah, myself and Cresta will be doing the post shows night 1 and 2. And I was explaining to my wife, like, hey, this is what my schedule looks like for the weekend because I have to do the Mania coverage. She's like, oh, that's kind of a big deal. I'm like, I guess. And then I explained to her, like, so
wow.
Let's just be honest here. So the latest I can go hanging out with you guys until I have to start watching and like taking notes and all that is probably like 7 Eastern, 7:30, because if I want to catch up by main event time, I know how many ads there are going to be and how much skippable bullshit there's going to be. So I could probably give myself like an hour to an hour and a half leeway, because knowing that there's only 2 matches on the first hour of each night, that means I only need like a half an hour from that particular show. Other than that, like, it's like match and then you get a big ad, and the ad break is like 5 minutes. So I expect that I can catch up within 60 to 90 minutes. So maybe 2 Night Mania makes sense to keep. Just this year has been such an awful build.
Yeah. Are you okay? You're struggling, Joel.
I think it's my allergies, and I didn't take anything this morning.
Oh, okay.
This cough has been lingering, and I realized that when I take Claritin, which is the allergy med that I take, sponsor us, Claritin. That's when I feel better, and I didn't take any last night. So that's why my cough has come back.
I'm just checking in.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'm okay. Just allergy season, baby.
Fair. Nah, I understand.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Oh, go ahead.
Match ad flyover shot of the city, video match. Like, it is very. It's cyclical and it's cinematic and it's what they do.
I'm okay with 2 Night Mania. Yeah, I just don't trust they can do one night at this point. Like, they haven't proven, because all their one night shows are 5 matches and people are going to be mad about that. So you can't do a 5-match WrestleMania. I think it would rule, but you can't do it at this point. So I'm okay with the 2 Night Mania. We're having
You also can't. Sorry, I was gonna say you also can't do a single night Mania again when you're expanding SummerSlam to 2 nights and when you're expanding other shows to 2 nights. So you just gotta,
Look, to their credit, like, they sell both nights. I know this year's an exception, but there's reasons for that beyond like the card isn't hot and the product isn't hot right now. Like, they sell both nights most years, so they have no real reason to move back to 2 nights. Like, when you're selling, in past years, 50, 60,000 both night, why are you going to do that for just one night? When, like, maybe you can do 80,000 for one night, but math tells me that 80,000 is still less than 120,000. So they have no reason to do one night when they continue to sell 2. And look, they'll sell next year. I don't know. I really don't know how next year's going. I guess they'll sell, but I don't know if they even care, because they got all that money up front. So it's like, what do we need to sell stuff for? And then in 2 years, they'll sell well there. It'll be back in the States. People will be excited again, and they'll be fine in 2 years, unless they run Las Vegas. Then they might be fucked.
What do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fungus.
So we're having, you mentioned spending time with your family and how you're gonna blow them off for WrestleMania. Which
hell yeah, brother.
I'm very So I've been talking a lot about my kids, and every time I Show Speed is on the screen, they're like, "Oh, it's I Show Speed," and like they're excited for this I Show Speed match, and we're having a sleepover on Saturday, which great planning by us to host a sleepover to have more kids here because 12 is not enough. Let's bring in more on like the busiest week of the year for me and the first night of WrestleMania. But don't ever say we aren't good parents who cater to our kids, which I don't think anybody says, but you know. So I'm actually like, I feel like we're gonna have like a watch party for this I Show Speed match on Saturday.
Now, just remember, Jeremy, the first night is on ESPN2. The second
I
night
got the ESPN Unlimited, so I don't
on
care.
ESPN. I know, but people need to know this because it's ESPN2 for night 1 and ESPN Prime for night 2, not the other way around. Not
Sure.
one for both nights. It's always one and then the other. Doesn't mean anything to me. I'm on Netflix.
I got the ESPN Unlimited, so it's all the same for me. I'm fine with it. But yeah, I feel like because again, the kids want to watch the I Show Speed match, and now they're having friends over, so I'm like, hey, the I Show Speed match. I assume all their friends know I Show Speed. I don't know, but I assume they do. So maybe I can look like the cool parent of like, oh wow, you get to like cover this for a living. I was like, yeah, it fucking sucks. I won't use the F word, but like, yeah, this is terrible that I do this for a living. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a watch party for I Show Speed.
ESPN The Ocho's got underwater basket weaving. I would watch that.
I would watch that. That'd be pretty sweet, honestly.
Yeah.
See, I wish like ESPN The Ocho like it truly existed for shit like that. Like I can't tell you how much like water polo and curling I would watch because I love watching that shit during the Olympics. If you just like had it on during the day, I'd probably just put it on. But like, yeah, this rules.
Yeah, I want to watch that now.
Lacrosse? I was huge into lacrosse for a little while. I was watching that like every weekend, and now I know like the professional lacrosse league like still exists and stuff. But I was loving some lacrosse. But now I don't know what channel it's on and everything. But this is why I advocate for afternoon sports because I just want to like put some sports on when I'm watching other stuff. Or when I'm listening to other stuff, I guess.
Our pal Mike Straw loves the NLL, the National Lacrosse League.
Yeah, lacrosse is sweet.
Yeah. Zagging45 asking, do you see ESPN wanting one of the nights on cable? No, I see them getting a condensed version of WrestleMania to air on ESPN like they did with the Rumble and never asking for a live WrestleMania event because it impedes on their own business of having people pay for unlimited. So
yeah,
at best you get the teaser, and then you will get a condensed version of Mania on ESPN in like 2 to 3 months.
Maybe they have no reason. Go ahead.
No, I said maybe 2 to 3 weeks. My bad.
Yeah, they have no reason to put it on proper ESPN when they're paying all this money for it to be on ESPN Unlimited. So. Yeah.
Kim Bruno saying they're going to have to start inducting catchphrases into the Hall of Fame. First off, it's what we do.
That would be hilarious.
Can't wait until what? Into the Hall of Fame.
That's why they started doing Immortal Moments though, right? It's because they wanted to like add more stuff because
well, they blew their load early. When they brought the Hall of Fame back, it was like we need 8 inductees, and then we needed this, that, and the other.
Yeah, like they have enough talent. Like there's plenty of talent that's out there with stuff, but that's why they did Immortal Moments because like, oh well, how can we effectively put more? How can we basically put like Austin and Rock and Bret Hart in for a third or fourth time because they do groups, so that puts you in once or twice. That's why Immortal Moments are a thing, right? Because like, oh, we want Austin and Bret here. I know they don't have Hogan and Andre this year, but obviously if Hogan was still around, that would have made a lot of sense. Now I just don't think like they felt like delaying it. Like they're gonna they're gonna induct like Rock and Austin next year just to get Rock and Austin there to move these tickets again.
They don't have to worry next year. Next year is paid for.
Oh, right. It's in Saudi. I forgot Vince is going in.
Oh, yeah, probably. Someone was asking about WWE World and what they're going to do. They're going to have WWE World, and it's still going to get busy. They have one now already there.
Yeah, they have one now, yeah.
They'll just make it a little bit bigger and use some shoddy craftsmanship and some illegal tactics to make it larger and hope that nobody falls through the stage that they construct for the superstar entrance.
Yeah, they'll do something. They have WWE World there. It'll whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, you've got our pal Cody Rhodes talking about how he can't have a regular ass build to his matches for the last 4 years.
I'm not a Cody hater. I actually really like Cody. I just troll Steven Jensen about it. I legitimately feel bad for him when it comes to WrestleMania. This is the 4th year. Like, the only WrestleMania that's gone off without a hitch for him was the return. The return was great.
Is it the one where he lost? The first time.
Well, no.
39.
No, the return.
Well, yeah, but 39 he wasn't planned to win.
39 he was planned to win, and Vince said no.
Oh, but yeah,
that was the whole
known. Yeah, at least
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, but like, yeah, no like full plans changed like it has these past few years.
Right.
But he was supposed to win at 39, and they changed the creative on him. There's documented text of this stuff.
I remember, it's coming in and changing. Yeah. But you're right. 38 when he came back to face Seth Rollins in his big return that everybody knew, but no one wanted to agree with it. But then he came back and it was a big deal. And yeah, since then, every year there's been just something.
Yeah, and look, 39 was pretty minor on the surface of things. Right? It's like, all right, your finish got changed. Like, they change finishes all the time. Now, look, changing the finish to WrestleMania or changing the finish to, a WrestleMania main event is a little bit different than changing the finish to match 2 on Raw. But at the end of the day, it's still pretty minor. WrestleMania 40 got completely blown up, but it actually worked out in his favor the way it got blown up. But he was just supposed to face Roman and beat him. And The Rock came in and was like, we ain't doing that, brother. But again, it worked out because you had one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time, the 2-night through line, effectively, with that. We got The Rock back in the ring. That build absolutely ruled. As stupid as it started, like, it was still an awesome build with everything. And at the end of the day, Cody won the title, and people considered that main event with him and Roman to be one of the greatest matches of all time. Not me, but Steven Jensen does. So, like, that worked out in his favor. So I can't say too many bad things about it. But regardless, it still got changed around from what it was supposed to be originally. 41 got completely blown up because it was just going to be him and Cena. Yeah, The Rock came in again, which fine. Like, it was supposed to be him and Cena. The Rock came in, Cena turned heel. Okay, you can kind of like live with that and get by that. But then The Rock doesn't show up on television. And so then it becomes completely screwed up. And then you insert Travis Scott into that. And the worst part about the Travis Scott thing, besides the fact that it happened, is there was absolutely no follow-up to it. Like, Travis Scott just came out, and then that was that when they were supposed to do a tag match, allegedly, reportedly. And there was no follow-up to that. But it still got blown up on him. This year's the absolute worst, though. Because at least in the previous years, he knew by February things were getting blown up. Because The Rock came out, like, the week after the Rumble and was like, I'm taking your spot. Or I guess Cody stepped aside. So he knew it was getting blown up then. And I think he knew beforehand because there's the whole story of he pointed to Roman when he wasn't supposed to point to Roman, which kind of rules. So I think he knew that beforehand. And then The Rock with the Elimination Chamber stuff. Again, he knew by Elimination Chamber that Rock was going to be involved in some way and that him and Cena wasn't going to be the him and Cena that they originally thought. This year, they blew it up in April. They inserted McAfee into this thing April 3rd. And maybe he knew a little bit beforehand because they canceled the appearance on the show. And so it seemed like if you go back to that, okay, maybe they knew McAfee was going to be part of this and they didn't want to do that interview. But it got blown up in April for a match that he talked about for the longest time of wanting on this stage. They teased it for 2 years with the stupid title glances that pissed me off. And they just inserted McAfee. And they not only inserted McAfee, they made him the focal point of this whole thing. And they made the fact that Cody sucks as leading the business a focal point of this whole thing. Like, I legitimately feel bad for him because this stuff sucks. I do kind of agree with this. He should have just lost to Roman and we would have been okay.
He could have taken some time off. He could have been like, you know what? Maybe this year's Mania, let's see how you do without me, and let's go with that. And it's so silly that, yes, listen, a heel is supposed to lie and they're supposed to get heat based on the lies that they tell, but to continuously say Cody Rhodes ruining the business and Cody Rhodes blah 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 when like numbers are up and they're making record profits and he's number one doing fanatic shit and like his merch flies out the window for better or worse, and it's amazing that this is what they go with instead of Cody, Randy, a 20-year relationship, the story of Randy staying, Cody leaving, reestablishing himself after Legacy, Randy continuing his own legacy. Like there are so many things that you could draw from. And then what even makes it worse about all this is people who are like, oh, people aren't paying attention to that history. Da, da, da. Pat McAfee shows up and says, bring back the Attitude Era. It was better. And it's like, what the fuck is this? Like 20 years ago versus 35 years ago, but sure, just for you, Pat. I guess it's not, it's 25 years versus 15. But the point of it is, like, you just can't keep doing this and letting Cody have to swim upstream. And you know what? That is a bit of a positive in Cody's world, is that he has to deal with all of this stupid mental anguish that comes with all of this changing of the story at the last second, that he has to come out of it, swim upstream, and eventually he comes out not smelling like roses, but certainly doing better than he started. But like, it comes at a mental cost. And I feel bad for Cody because of that. But it also makes some fans ride harder for Cody, which like that also means something.
I think it makes the Cody fans certainly ride harder for him. But a lot of that is just like off-screen stuff. On screen, like, theoretically you're not supposed to know of all of these changes. Like, if you're just watching the product on screen, like, you don't understand all the behind the scenes stuff. You're probably just fucking confused of why is Pat McAfee here. But it's still in a way like an obstacle for Cody to go through, and that's the biggest thing if you're looking at it from just an on-screen perspective. It's like, oh man, he's going through this obstacle now, that sucks. He doesn't always like do great as a sympathetic babyface when it comes to that. I mean, he's better than Will Ospreay, but he doesn't always do great when it comes.
Hey man, what's your problem with Will Ospreay? Goes out, has a banger match, and then has to do another banger match the next 2 nights later with a broken neck. No,
I was doing a through line there, Joel. If you watched yesterday's show, you understood that reference today.
People don't watch the shit. What are you talking about?
Thank God they don't. Thank God they don't. But yeah, on screen, like you don't really see it. When it comes, like, you're just like, oh, like, why is this happening to Cody again? Okay, well, here's another obstacle for him to get through. Off screen, like, when you know all the stories and stuff, is like, man, yeah, we're getting screwed again. We're riding for Cody. I can't believe they continue to do this to him. Yeah, and it makes you like a bigger Cody fan. I do feel bad for him though, because he's got to do like these appearances and everything, and you can tell like he just doesn't wanna, like, he wants to talk about it because he wants to bury it, and you can tell he wants to bury it, but he can't bury it to the level that I think he wants to, because he's still a professional at the end of the day, because he's trying to do this thing, the Mariah Carey, like, I don't know him. He keeps referencing that. Like, when Mariah Carey said that about J-Lo, I don't know her. So he keeps doing the, like, I don't know him. But then, you know, Mariah just said, I don't know her, and walked away. Cody's doing, like, I don't know him. The next Sylvester Stallone. I can't believe, like, he's been inserted into all this. People should say no. I like Pat. Pat's doing a great job with his show. He's great on College Game Day and everything. Like, he goes on like a 10-minute diatribe about Pat McAfee instead of just being like, I don't know him. He just keeps going on because he wants to bury it so bad. He can't just say like, I don't know him, move on, next question. I think he wants to bury it, but he's still got to be professional and not go full bore. Yeah, which fair. I mean, look, get paid, but yeah, it's just very funny to me listening to him to interviews. It's so funny.
I would love to see Cody after hours, no microphones, no people of consequence in check, like just him. Maybe it's him and Brandy at the end of the day, sitting on the bus, having a cocktail. The kids are asleep, and he just lets loose. Just everything comes out about how annoyed he is and everything. I would love to see that, just to be a fly on the wall for that moment. Cody doing the WrestleMania version of Brawl Out would be funny. He's got a glass of Wheatley in his hand as he's just shitting on everything.
There needs to be... He'll never release the Cody cuts on this stuff, but I would love to just really hear him let loose on this kind of stuff, because I always think about this with Shawn Michaels. Like, Shawn Michaels has become very good at the PR stuff. He's so much better at it than Triple H. Like, he gives a nice PC answer, like, and everyone loves Shawn, and he's not dealing with the shit that Triple H is dealing with, so it's easier for him. But then when you listen to Shawn, you can tell there's that 96 Shawn still in there. But he's just much nicer about it than he was in 1996. But he wants that 96 to come out sometimes, but he's got to like reel it back in. The example I'll use is you can see it in like the Click DVD. That's a very good example. But most recently, he did an interview. I think it was with Masked Man Show Ringer, and they asked about Brett, and they asked about like, hey, your comment, or have you seen what Brett's been saying? And of course, Brett like accused him of sleeping with Vince and everything. And Shawn just kind of like laughs it off and is like, Brett's just gonna say stuff like, last time I saw him, we had a good conversation and everything. That's not true, but ha ha ha. Brett's just Brett. But then they ask him, have you thought about like Brett like coming down to the Performance Center and stuff? And he's like, I'm sure we've like asked him, like, we would love to have Brett and everything. But then he goes, he just never showed like an interest in that kind of stuff. Natalia runs her own school. He never shows up there. If he's not going to do it for family, then he's probably not going to show up for us. It's like he wants to say some shit of like, this bitter old prick ain't showing up to the Performance Center. No, we haven't asked him. And if he shows up, we're going to scrap again. But he can't say that. So he's got to be like, he just never really showed an interest and that kind of stuff. But you can see like the 96 seeping out of him in some of these interviews, but then he pulls it back in. I feel like Cody's the same way. Is you can see the I don't know what version of Cody. I guess the 2016. You can see the 2016, the AEW-ness seeping out of Cody, but he has to pull it back in because he's in WWE now.
2 hours after Shawn made those comments, he then posts the photo of him and his kids in the ring doing that DHB pose.
Yeah, that was nice.
I know, it's just very funny that it's like, Brett wouldn't do this. Brett, blah blah blah. Brett's piece of shit. That's all the things he wants to say. Brett hates those kids. He hates his own family. And then Shawn's like, but here's a photo of me with mine. Yay! Look how happy we are. That's his 96 Shawn coming out. You know what? Bring back 96 Shawn.
Drugs.
The hair plugs, but sure. If he went and got his hair done, if he went to make a visit to Turkey, or whoever Andrew Zarian tells people to go, whoever did John Cena, the guy in Alabama, whoever that guy was, that would bring back 96 Shawn Michaels. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and drugs.
Maybe the drugs are in the hair.
I guess you could do that.
Put the drugs in the hair, and then just it's always in your brain somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, all this to say, Cody Rhodes, I'm sorry you're going to lose another match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think Randy is winning.
Do a no contest. Really, really upset the people. If Pat McAfee wants to bring back the Attitude Era so bad, it's got to end in a disqualification, non-contest, whatever.
Wait, then do I not have to review night 1 of WrestleMania?
I will have already done the post show, so I don't need to review it a second time. I'll be fine not to do it. That's the best part about Monday's show. It doesn't matter what I think. I will have already talked about it.
I'm gonna show up on the Saturday show. Well, maybe I don't know because we have the kids over for the sleepover, so I gotta tell them to shut the hell up for however long I'm on. It depends on how Saturday ends. If it's Saturday ends with Pat McAfee like being the biggest star, then I gotta show up and laugh. Yes. And now Sunday, maybe if we end up with the TKO Horseman, then I gotta show up for that too. I'm not gonna stay long. Like we had a whole last show to do on Monday to talk about this stuff, but I gotta ignore you and say hi to Cresta and laugh about this bullshit.
If second night ends with Rock and CM Punk standing tall in that story that I put out, not put out, the idea that I put out months ago, I will take a baseball-sized lap around the ring.
Which fair, you would deserve that. You would deserve that. Man, I can't wait for night 2 when McAfee's out there. No, sorry, night 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't wait for night 1 when McAfee's out there and he's like unloading on Cody Rhodes. He's throwing those punches and stuff. And then you just hear, somebody save me from myself. And then we get old Jelly Roll coming out and the crowd is so confused as to what's happening. But we get the Jelly and McAfee stare down and they're throwing punches and stuff. That's real. That's that good shit right there.
I'm so not looking forward to this.
Jelly Roll's getting involved in this match. Come on now.
Absolutely. He's going to walk his man down to the ring. Well, maybe get in a golf cart and help his man get down to the ring. I don't know. It's a long entrance.
He's in shape now.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want another Fiend on your hands.
Fiend. It would be funnier if Fiend hits and Jelly Roll comes out to that. Like you just get. I tweeted that. I was like, I think night 2 should open with Fiend, but it's actually John Cena that comes out, and he's like, ha ha ha, just wanted to fuck with y'all.
It's part of the Danhausen curse. Oh, I played the wrong music. My mistake. My bad. Change the music. That'd be it.
They should do a Travis Scott jump scare just to it should actually happen in the main event of night 1, and like McAfee's laughing because he just did it to fuck with Cody. And so he's like, gotcha out here. If I don't hear Fiend, I'm gonna actually be kind of upset now.
I'm so excited for when Cody calls it quits and when he's finally done. And his last WrestleMania is just callback after callback to these terrible WrestleManias that he's had to endure. And it all ends with like a giant rubber chicken knocking him out. And that's the end. That's the finish.
The return of the Gooker. I guess that's a turkey, not a chicken. But
yeah, no, it's got to be a giant rubber chicken or somebody in a turkey suit.
It's the Gooker's kid comes out there.
They called him the Gobbledygooner.
Well, that's
the Gooker's kid, the Gooner.
No comment.
Whatever, Dad. I'm just a little horny. That's all.
No comment.
Oh my God. Anyway, what an amazing show it's going to be at WrestleMania. We're all excited for this, right? We're all excited for this. Chat, y'all excited?
No, I don't think our chat likes WWE. I'm excited for it's WrestleMania. I mean, the build has been what it's been. It's been hilarious to me. But like I like the like pageantry and stuff of WrestleMania. Honestly, I do. Like I like the over the top entrances. I like the special music that they do, the video packages, even though we don't get to see them because it's commercials and everything. Like I like all of that stuff that goes into it. So I'm excited for the show. I'm looking forward to Roman and Punk. There's some good matches on the show. Gunther and Seth should be really good. I also want to see if like it's just a complete train wreck, and that's funny too. So it's WrestleMania. Like I don't know if like, and I know WWE, of course, like has WWE is in the position that it's in and gets a bad rap for legitimate reasons with everything. But like we're all wrestling fans at the end of the day. And like, if you don't feel like some sort of excitement towards WrestleMania, I just kind of question that a little bit. Like maybe you don't have much. Maybe your excitement is like, let's see what a disaster this is going to be, which fair. That's most of my excitement. But like it's WrestleMania and we're all wrestling fans. It is the biggest show of the year.
It is. And I hope that they do a good job with the wrestling matches. I said it before and I'll say it again. The worst part about a subpar build is that it forces the talent to work even harder to get the fans behind them when they do the match. And I think that's unfair for wrestling fans, for the wrestlers. But we'll see. Again, there are certain parts of the show that I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to the whole, match flyover, add entrance integration with the product and blah blah blah. Like, I don't need that. I just don't. So I'm going to enjoy WrestleMania because I usually enjoy WrestleMania. I'll enjoy talking about it with Cresta and having some fun with that. But otherwise, it doesn't seem as special as it has in years past. Last year was different for me because I was going to it. I was covering it. I was in the middle of it. And just in other years, it's felt bigger or just different. This year, it just feels, maybe because of the repeat to Las Vegas, maybe because the build has been subpar, maybe because you've got Saudi in the future and that doesn't really
maybe because they told you the show sucks.
Yeah, maybe because they told me the show sucks over and over again, and they'll do it again tonight. I'm trying, but it's harder to be interested in something that I've been told is going to suck. And then they're going to pull it off at the end, and people are going to be like, oh my God, this happened, that happened. And then Paul's going to be like, did you like the show? It's part of the show, man. It's what we do. And we're going to be like, sure, Paul, it's what you do. Well, you did it poorly. Congratulations. See you on Monday. Zay review saying, I didn't start watching wrestling until the Rumble 24 was when Cody left AEW. Was there any way he could have stayed, or what happened? Good question. Next question. It's basically what Cody would tell you.
The true story is not out there, and I don't know if it ever will be. So
if you read stories from people that say they know, they probably don't. There are very few people who know, and there are responsible people who know who aren't putting it out there because it's none of anyone's business. So could he have stayed? Of course, anyone could have stayed, but whatever made the decision for them to leave happen is what decided to have them leave. So he left. That's it.
Now, I understand what you're saying of WrestleMania doesn't feel as big this year, because I don't disagree with that. It doesn't. And I do think a big part of it is they're literally on television saying the show sucks. Night 2 is ass. And Night 1 only has Randy Orton. That's the only thing you should care about. It's not good. And I do think being back in Vegas, it loses a little bit of specialness because we just saw this last year. It doesn't feel like it's that big of a deal compared to, oh cool, new city, the city's embracing it, it's so much fun. And there's none of that this year because we were literally here last year. So I understand if fans are down. I'm not super high on the show this year. My whole thing is just it's still WrestleMania. It could be a disaster. And if it's a disaster, it's funnier because it's the biggest show of the year and it's a disaster. That's so funny. Okay, sure. TNA screwed up their B show on TNA Plus. Whatever. Who cares at the end of the day? You screw up WrestleMania? That's hilarious to me. So that's another. If your excitement is for this show could suck, cool. You're still excited about it. It's the old you're still watching even though you're complaining about all of it.
Has TNA completely gotten rid of the plus shows? Is that over now?
I
seems
don't
like
know. You're the TNA person, not me.
I know.
I
It
can't
seems like
possibly
they
care.
did. It seems like they did because the next thing that they're promoting is the live show on May 15th and then lockdown. Well, Slammiversary and then lockdown. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Tenors is saying, question me, Jez, that's me. Mania isn't it anymore. I used to get excited about the pageantry as well, but this is a clown show now, blimp and all. Yeah, so, like...
First of all, how dare you? That blimp is a time-honored tradition in the United States.
It is. They got the good Goodyear blimp, too. Like, they got some of those blimps.
None of that mini Goodyear blimp shit.
They got some of those blimps that like all the paint is like worn off and the letters are all faded and stuff. This is one of those. They got one of those good ones for Danhausen. It is just a giant show. Like, I don't know what the pageantry is gonna fully look like. Like, yeah, it's a blimp, but so like I don't know. To me, like this stuff is funny, and obviously I don't take it too serious when it comes to this. Yeah, if you're less than excited about this, I completely get it. But still, at the end of the day, we're wrestling fans and it's WrestleMania. Like I feel like you have some sort of excitement. Even if it's small, you have some sort of excitement for this show. And again, maybe your excitement is I want to see this show fail. Which, okay, no problem.
But you know what?
I kind of want to see it fail. It's funnier.
That's fair. I really want to see Joey Janela Spring Break tonight. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
that's
Janela Spring
10
Break.
10 o'clock Eastern tonight. So get ready.
It's so late, though.
I know, but at least you get to skip the last hour of SmackDown.
Oh, that is true. It does start at 10. That's good. At least it starts at 10, not 11. Hopefully they're done by 2. That's 4 hours. I don't need
12.
12?
Sorry, they're starting at 10. Then they'll be done by
Ain't
12.
no fucking way they're going to be done at 12.
Well, hold on, because they've got spring break. And is JCW happening at Palms, or is that happening at same spot at High Spotsville there, Horseshoe?
No, I think it's happening elsewhere. There's no way this show's ending at 12.
Okay.
There's absolutely no way.
We'll find out.
I will take bets on this.
Maybe it'll end at 12 Pacific.
Yeah, that's way more likely. Yeah, there's absolutely no way this is a 2-hour show.
If Janela wants to love us, he will do it like that. 2 hours.
Oh, JCW is happening at Horseshoe.
Ah, look at that.
So do they have to? So
they'll
push that back. I'm sorry.
There's 3 a.m. So they have to be done by 2 a.m. So there you go. They can run 10 to 2.
Yeah. Okay. I thought JCW was running at 12 Eastern.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm correct. Thank you.
But you're correct in your assumption that they can go late. We'll see when Janela's spring break ends. They got to do the changeover, cleanup, blah, blah, blah. And assuming, well, they're not doing a hardcore match to end it, but there's going to be something to clean up.
There'll be something to clean up. They got to do the changeover and everything. They might not go exactly. No, this JCW show isn't starting until 3. It's starting at 2:59 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Janela's going until at least 2. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll do changeover because it's just about cleanup. That's all.
Yeah. Janela's going until at least 2.
Kick you out and then let you back in after that.
I'll be up until 2 watching Janela's show. And the MLP show starts at 12. I don't know if I'm going to stay up and watch that whole damn thing.
No, it starts at 10. The MLP show is also at 10 Eastern.
Not according to Triller.
Oh, well, I'm on Fightful right now, and it says Multiverse 7 p.m. Pacific Triller TV. So if someone wants to fix that, then you can.
Oh, I mean, maybe it was, I don't know. Triller says it's starting at 12, so.
I see 6:14 p.m.
6:14 p.m.? What?
That's what it says, 6:14 p.m. Oh, this
Where?
is the 2-day pass. It says 6:14 p.m. Okay. What a stupid thing to do. I'm looking to see if MLP solo show.
Oh, yeah, because you get Dreamwave.
Yeah.
Or American Dream the Stardom show. The Stardom show starts at 6. Yeah, and it's a 2-day pass. You get the Stardom show and the Multiverse show. Why, if that starts at 6, why are they? The MLP show should start at 10. I don't know why it.
They could be on a delay for some reason.
Yeah, I guess that's possible.
Because of external talent, or maybe Triller just put up.
I hope Janela was like, you ain't running, like you're pushing that shit to a 2-hour delay. We're the only show starting at 10 o'clock.
It could be that they had a conversation about it, because like the MLP show is softer in terms of. No, you know what? MLP is saying they're 9 p.m. Pacific on their thing. So that's midnight. So our website's wrong. We need to update that.
Okay.
MLP says their show is 9 p.m. Pacific, so it's midnight.
Oh god, that sucks.
Well, for somebody.
I'm not staying up to watch that MLP show. I'm sorry. I'm tapping out after Janela's show. Like I'm done after that. Look, if the MLP show's 2 hours, okay, cool. Then I'll watch the whole thing. But yeah, I'm tapping out after Janela's show. I'm not staying up for JCW. Do not care. But I'm obviously gonna watch Spring Break. I love Spring Break.
Who is going to be Megan Bain's mystery partner?
I think it's gonna be Nick Gage.
Nick Gage. That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Noel Manser and Nick Gage having a renewed hostility. Okay. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Megan Bain.
That's my
Gage. What do they call them?
That's my prediction.
Mega Gage.
Mega Cage, yeah.
Gagelisis. That sounds like something for the next show. Sounds like something for Effie's show. Gagelisis.
Yeah, I think Mega Gage is what you probably go with. Yeah, I'm going with Nick Gage. I decided on that last night. I watched that Death Vegas show last night. Too much for me. Not a deathmatch person, but it wasn't like full deathmatch, because like Zack Sabre Jr. was there and he was not doing deathmatch stuff. And the MXM collection match wasn't like full on deathmatch either. That was very fun, but it closed with a triple threat tag team deathmatch, and like that was full on deathmatch. I was like, oh man, I can only take so much of this. But while watching that match, I came to the conclusion that Nick Gage was going to be Megan Bain's partner. That's the match that sold me that it was going to be Nick Gage. Because like I don't know who else it could be. I mean, Janela is friends with everybody. He could get anybody to do this. But a Spring Break show, a GCW show, like Nick Gage just like being there, kind of just like makes sense to be on it. Manson, Nick Gage, like you can't really go wrong with that. So that's why I'm going with Nick.
It's Cole Radrick. Have fun.
I hope Cole returns in the ladder match tonight. I do.
Nice.
Like, yeah, he's got the brass ring, so the last year's version. So yeah, I hope Cole does return tonight.
Maybe he comes out during after the Kogar defense, wins the title.
I don't know if they're going to title change, but I guess we'll see.
We'll see. It's going to be a fun show. I look forward to Spring Break every year. I know we've talked about this before, and this year's looks good. Last year's was so much fun to be at live. So this is another one that, again, they do. Janela puts on a great event, and this is the 10th iteration of that. It's a shame we couldn't get him on the show before, but we'll have him on afterwards to talk about the experience and all that comes out of it.
Yeah. I'll make sure he gets on. We just kind of lost communication, and I'm sure he's super busy. So I wasn't
too busy putting out short videos about Wendy's and McDonald's.
Fair.
Did you see the one that 1 minute, babe, I just got to take out the garbage, and then the camera pans?
Yeah. That whole thing is
it's silly. It's not for us, but it's funny to watch. Put it like that. Yeah. Anyway, but maybe you want to watch SmackDown tonight. Good luck to you if you do. Live at the T-Mobile Arena. It's the Go Home Show, baby. Jacob Fatu responds to Drew McIntyre. I assume it's going to end with Jacob using handcuffs on Drew McIntyre, and then
maybe, yeah,
throwing dog food at him.
Hopefully not.
Street fight, finally. The Wyatt Six versus Solo and the Sikoas. We're finally blowing it off, baby. WrestleVote supported. That's it, baby.
I do not care. I cannot possibly care about this.
Cody Rhodes will speak. The Andre the
gonna go, whoa.
It's all you're gonna he's gonna speak about what he want to talk about. And then Pat
Yeah.
McAfee's gonna come out and he's gonna be like, this show sucks, your shows all suck, and that's it. The Under the Giant Memorial Battle Royals happening. Congratulations to Royce Keys for winning that. And finally, Tiffany Stratton will gain the
Is Royce Keys gonna win that?
Pretty sure he's gonna win it. It'd be very strange for them not to have him win it after they debuted him last week. I think they're trying to build momentum. So what?
I guess, sure.
The U.S. title. Congratulations to Trick Williams. Trick Williams and Royce Keys will feed families. They're both going to be baby faces, but it's okay.
Okay.
And congratulations to Tiffany Stratton, who'll be winning the U.S. Championship tonight from Julia.
Yeah, I think Tiffany's going to win as well. I think Carmelo Hayes is going to win the Andrade Battle Royal. Or Andrade, sorry. It'd be funny if it was Andrade. Who can take your pants off the fastest?
There are a few people who can do that.
Go have an Andrade Battle Royal with my wife after this show.
Jesus.
I think Carmelo Hayes is gonna win the Andre Battle Royal. He's gonna win it again. Who won? Did he win it last year? Who won it last year? Wasn't it him?
He won it last year. I think he won last year.
He's gonna win it this year too.
No, don't do that.
I think
do you imagine 2 years in a row where he's bitching about not being on the card and he wins the stupid Memorial Battle Royal?
Yeah, that's funny to me.
You know who the runner-up was in the Andre last year?
No.
Andrade.
No. Was it? Okay.
He just didn't take his pants off fast enough.
Yeah, I think Carmelo is gonna win. That'd just be funny to me.
Well, he'll join an elite crew. He'll be the first double winner of the Memorial Battle Royal.
See?
He'd be in elite company this year with Bronson Reed, currently out with injury, Bobby Lashley, currently on the AEW roster, Madcap Moss, best wrestler of all time, expecting their second kid. Congratulations to them. Jey Uso, currently on the pre-show, Braun Strowman, eating his way through America, Matt Hardy, about to be broken in TNA again, Mojo Rawley, Palms Slamfest proprietor, Baron Corbin, best co-host in history of anything, Big Show, currently in AEW, and
farting.
Cesaro, currently having bangers in AEW. So great group of people he's going to be a part of here. Congratulations.
He'll be the first person. He'll be the first person to win twice, though. So
yeah, he'll be an elite company in this case. Plenty of elite company here.
Well, that's the thing. Is Royce? If Royce wins it, he came from AEW. Everybody else on this list left for AEW. So
because Pat's been talking shit, they can say he came from elite company to win this battle royal, and now he's not part of an elite company. He's part of the worst wrestling show on television, according to Pat McAfee. It's not just me saying it; Pat McAfee's saying it. The TKO board of executives are saying it.
Yeah, they are. They are. SmackDown seems like I think things will happen tonight. I don't know if they'll be any good, but I think things will happen tonight,
more or less than Raw.
Yeah, not much happened on Raw. More because I think Tama probably leaves the Sikoas.
Yeah,
I think Tiffany wins the title, and I mean that's two more things than what happened on Raw. So there you go.
Needs more pull apart brawls.
And they might do that. Who can do? Jacob and Drew can do a pull bar brawl.
They probably will several times throughout the night.
Yeah.
And we'll find out if the Bellas are good to go.
Maybe. I mean,
Paul told us
might not.
Paul told us we'll need to watch the show.
Oh, okay. I'll be watching the show.
Thomas Tonga is a funny ass name. It's the name I would give him.
Like Thomas the Tonga Engine. I don't know.
The Tonga Engine. Oh, that's awful. I'm all about it. We're back on Monday. Have you got a thing? It's Friday.
I got a few things, I guess. Oh, real quickly, I want to give a shout out to the Pod Meets World podcast. Daniel Fishel, huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, great.
They had Rhea Ripley on. That was the best interview anybody's done all week. She actually asked like good questions and actually asked questions that no one else seemingly wanted to ask. Like she asked about the stuff with Jade, like the tweets and stuff. And she asked about, the Rhea having a eating disorder and like being very open about her mental health. Like I don't I don't want to say like I don't love those questions, because if she's willing to talk about that, like cool, and clearly there's cachet with Daniel Fishel of like it's a comfortable kind of setting type of thing. But I like that Daniel Fishel was like willing to ask about that, since Rhea mentioned it on social media, and Rhea has been open about this stuff. I thought Rhea gave a really good answer too. But the fact that she asked about like the Twitter stuff with Jade, which no one really has asked about, was good on her. And then they had like a fun conversation with stuff. Every time like a wrestler goes on that show, I think Daniel Fishel just does a really good job, because she's obviously a wrestling fan. The people who go on that show like her and know her enough to feel comfortable, and she feels comfortable asking questions that you don't get asked on any of these other shows, because it's either a corporate WWE show where it's like, we're not going to ask that, or the people just don't care to ask or don't remember to ask or whatever it might be. So if you haven't listened to the interview with Rhea Ripley, it's really good. So I just want to shout out Daniel Fishel, who rules.
She does. Ken Bruno sent a super chat saying, the show could suck, but nothing will top Minoru Suzuki and Butterbean in terms of wrestling crimes committed in Vegas.
The greatest match of all time.
Highly disagreed with that statement, but had to get it out there because it was a super chat, and we appreciate our super chats. Well, how wrong you may be, we will still put them on.
That's what was lacking from WrestleCon yesterday, is not enough just awesomeness. There's like, here's a cool match, here's a cool match, here's a cool match. Like, no, that sucks.
You can blame Gates of Agony for that. They were running late, and their luggage, they didn't even pick it up at the airport, and as a result, they had to move all the matches around. So anything that could have sucked had to turn into a banger because they didn't have 5 minutes; they were given 15. Blame Gates of Agony. It's their fault.
Fair. I like Gates of Agony. They'll probably beat me up too. So
they would. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Ricochet too. He'll probably want to beat me up after last weekend.
True. He should. That was very screechy.
Try not to do it too loud.
Man, I was listening to the Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco podcast. Their mic, like,
terrible.
Busted my ears so many times. Like, fortunately, I didn't have my headphones listening. I was just listening through the speakers. It was so terrible though. When Jacob Fatu was on as well, like, Jacob's got, like, he's high energy. And so he's yelling, and the microphone's busting, the speaker's busting. I was like, oh, this is brutal to listen to right now. Absolutely brutal. But what can you do?
That's why I give a damn about how the shows sound. That's why I need it to sound good, or else what are we doing here? Do I sound normal again, by the way?
I like to yell at everybody and then
that's true.
Bust your eardrums as well.
Everything sounds normal again, because I know earlier you were worried.
Yeah. Everything's fine.
Good. Our pre-production, you were worried.
Yeah. The reason was confirmed. Yeah, it's all good.
You know what's frustrating? Good sound. It's what I do. Here's the thing. This is my audio field recorder. Okay. Shout out to Tascam. Great stuff. I love it. It did not record audio from my interviews with Cecil Nix and Fresh Air from Vancouver.
Wow.
So I spent yesterday fixing up the audio so that it's still clean. It's still perfectly fine. I was just so angry that this thing shit the bed on me when I was in Vancouver, when I know it works because it worked for everything I did at C4. I don't know. I might downsize this thing. It's very big and very bulky. Look at this thing. It's large. It's the size of my camera, for Christ's sake. Anyway,
it is
great. It's very big, but it's very good. That's the problem. Either way.
Well, is it, if it didn't record the sound?
I mean, clearly something went wrong. I don't know what happened. The record button was on. Everything was there. Very upset. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But that particular interview, those two interviews were so much fun. I look forward to getting them up and ready for y'all on Overbooked after WrestleMania week, after the smoke clears and we don't have to talk about WrestleMania week anymore. But we're almost there. It's just a weekend to go. A couple more shows, 5 or 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. What was your moment of Thursday, Joel?
An entire room full of people coming together in support of one incredibly important seismic event chanting "fuck TNA" at a whole bunch of wrestlers that had nothing to do with the situation, but clearly were affected by it. You could have handled this better, Carlos, but you chose the wrong option. Now you will pay for it. It's just the way it is. Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame. My moment of Thursday was it being over.
Fair.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna go with Amazing Red and Bandito. That was a lot of fun. I didn't catch the full CML show. I know SP3 was in here earlier, talking about one of the matches. I had it on, but it was at the same time as we were doing Spotlight and Super Show was on, and I was obviously paying more attention to the podcast and Super Show, so I didn't like fully catch it. But I'll have to go back and check out that match. But I did catch Amazing Red and Bandito, and so that was cool, and that was a really good match.
People also saying, yeah, the Blue Panther Noto Megorero match was great too.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I will probably go back and try to catch some of those. Was the Hog Show worth taking in?
It was good. The Triller had like some issues and stuff, so yeah. But it was good. Yeah, Bandito and Amazing Red was really good. The first two matches, the 6-person scramble match, I wasn't too familiar with the talent, but some of those guys really showed out. Shotzi and Charlie was a lot of fun, and main event was fine. It was Hardy's Good Brothers main event. Showed up.
Sounds like I don't need to watch that. Do not need to watch that. Nope.
So yeah, there was some good stuff and some like okay stuff, but yeah, I would watch. I would definitely go out of your way to see Amazing Red and Bandito. That ruled.
All right, I'm going to clip the interview with what's his face with Gallows, where we talked to him about doing the AJ Styles induction, because if it turns out they do it, I'm going to clip that because we need to get the word out that we were the ones who got it right. None of this busted open bullshit. We were the ones who asked and got the answer.
Okay, fair.
Have to do that. Anyway, go watch Spring Break tonight. Go watch Bloodsport this afternoon. I think that's at 6:00 Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And who knows what time you are in, but you'll find it. Jeremy, it's Friday. Do you have a bottle of something?
Not yet, but there's more to do anyway. So,
is there?
I mean, there's a poll question that I can't see the results to, so you have to read it for me.
Let me go into the poll. I'm going to stop the poll. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hold on, real quickly before you do that. Like, this is legitimately what I see on my screen, folks. I'm not like lying to you, which I don't think anybody thinks that I'm doing. It'd be a dumb thing. What? No, I'll show you.
Okay.
I'll show you that we're about to inception myself because, thank you. My lovely wife has brought me.
Is this the second straight week it got to be in the freezer?
No, I didn't put it in the freezer last week because remember I drank all show. So I just poured myself like a glass and just.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I just drank the entire show. But it was in the freezer the week before, maybe? No. Yeah. I think this is only the second week total it's been in the freezer. Okay, so here's what I see. Like, there's no results.
That's
there.
weird. Yeah, that's not.
So,
that's not
yeah. Oh, there you go. All right, go ahead. Read the results, please.
So, first of all, last chance, if you want to vote in this poll, which WrestleMania 42 night are you most looking forward to? Type 1 for night 1, 2 for night 2. Just 1 or 2. If you type anything else, your vote doesn't count. So I'm giving you one last shot. One last shot to get in there, have your voice heard. Also, now I can finally I can put up the stupid QR codes. And when I use the QR codes, I can do stuff like put up something for select, and it doesn't have to have the stupid duck from StreamYard as the middle of it. So we can do that. If we ever get a sponsor on this show, then we can just gum up the whole screen with just random bullshit at this point. Widgets, QR codes, everything. You can make a QR code that rickrolls somebody because it's 2011 all over again. All right, last chance, folks. I'm going to stop this poll because clearly it's done absolutely nothing but move nowhere. All right, which night are you looking forward to most? Night 1, 27% of the votes. Night 2, 73% of the votes.
Wow, people love ass.
Well, can you blame them? But also,
Fair.
let's be honest here. I'm going to out our chat. Only 15 of you voted, and there have been over 100 and something of y'all watching this show.
Yeah, I thought it'd be funnier if like no one voted, so I'm actually disappointed that 15 people voted.
Bunch of cowards over here. What have we accomplished today, Jeremy Lambert?
Wow, you're asking me first?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Me today.
Kill McCarr. Let's go Avs. We made it through most of the week. What do you want? My cat is... Come here.
I heard.
Come here. Can you just like come up here? You want to be on the show? Come here. She's too fat to like jump up here, so I don't even.
Wow.
Come here.
Don't fat shame your cat.
The cat is fat. Okay, come here.
Some work friend
Come
you.
here.
What's the matter?
I think she's
Why is
hungry.
she... I don't know if she's hungry. She has food all the time.
Hungry and sick of your shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, she said,
why
"Eat
is
that." I knew it.
I don't know what we're talking about. We've almost made it through the week. Now it like actually like really kind of begins because tonight's gonna be super busy. The next couple days are gonna be super busy. I can't believe God is punishing me by putting the Avs and the Thunder at 3:00 on Sunday. If everybody wants to say anything to me, preferably kind things, but like anything legitimately, do it before 3:00 on Sunday. Because otherwise I'm ignoring you all. I'm probably going to block half of you, and I don't want to talk to anybody. I got to watch 2 playoff games at the same time. You know, like stressful I'm going to be. And then watch some ass WrestleMania.
Ass.
Kill me.
I'm gonna lock you in.
Well,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah. My
too-
wife just said she's gonna lock me in the room, which fair. I mean, probably should. Like, I don't want to be around anybody during this. There's nobody. What did we accomplish today? We're alive. Isn't it great to be alive during WrestleMania week?
No. Not really.
Do you have anything that we accomplished, Joel?
We talked a lot about a lot of things, but really didn't talk about anything at all, which was basically like most of these WrestleMania week interviews you've been listening to. Whole lot of words and not a lot of substance. That could also be the name of our show. Whole lot of words, not a lot of substance.
That's a
But here
whole
we-
lot of words for a name of a show, though. Like that's.
I mean, have you heard SP3's pitch for blades and busted open and trying to get over ITW? And I was like, it's just too many words.
yeah, but that's like a nickname for the
Yeah, he was
show,
trying
though.
to make a tagline for us.
Yeah, like that. That's fine as a tagline, but I thought you were pitching that like as a show name.
No, there are enough
Okay,
long
okay.
show names out there. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
we accomplished that John Alba hates Las Vegas and is
Yeah.
incapable of being a part of our show to back up his claims. Coward
Yeah,
John Alba over here.
yeah, that's fair. I like that. That's what we accomplished. Is John Alba is a coward. All right, it is Friday.
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
And here we go.
Here we go.
Chilled. It is chilled.
Put it in the thing.
Yeah, it was in the freezer.
That's fine. Today he drinks it neatly.
Oh.
He'll be drinking that all Sunday too.
No, I don't. Like, I don't drink unless it's on this show. You guys have seen it. I don't get like I don't drink like during the playoffs and stuff. It'd probably be helpful if I did, honestly. But
Let's not give you ideas.
Yeah, no. I walk the streets. I look for the shotgun. That's what I do during the playoffs. Not the bottle, the shotgun.
Who are the Avs playing in the first round?
The Kings. Oh, I'm so excited. We got the Kings.
Oh,
I think
that's
that team's kind of trash.
Yeah,
I watched the Ducks in a Preds game last night because I needed a Ducks win. Because I was like, the Oilers will beat the Canucks, and they did. They won like 6-1. But I was a little concerned about the Ducks and the Preds because if the Kings had won, which I don't even know if the Kings won or lost last night. I know it was like 1-1. I should actually look it up. But it was like 1-1 in like the second period.
The Kings lost.
Oh, they lost?
I think so. Yeah, they lost to Vancouver. No.
No, they lost to the Flames. Okay. So it would have been the Kings regardless because they lost to the Flames. But if the Kings had won and the Ducks had lost, we would have played the Ducks in the first round, which apparently the Ducks have lost like 8 of their last 9 before last night. So they weren't playing very well anyway. You guys are playing
the Oilers.
Yeah, you guys are playing the Oilers.
And then the Sens have we have the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's a tough one for the Sens.
Yeah, both my teams might be out very quickly in this.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sold on the Oilers. Like, I didn't want to play them because like Connor McDavid, but I'm not like super sold on them. I think the Ducks might sneak up a little bit on them. They might get some hot goaltending as well. I trust their goaltending more than I trust the Oilers goaltending. So I don't know. That could kind of go either way. I'm leaning towards the Kings, but a Ducks win wouldn't surprise me. The Canes are the best team in the East, but I don't feel like any team is really standout in the East. So the Sens might be able to catch them. Yeah, we play the Kings. They won like 12 games in regulation this year. I don't know how they made the playoffs. We should smoke them in 4. Unless Darcy Kemper gets like hot, we should easily smoke them in 4. I'm not super concerned about them. I don't know who the Thunder are playing in the first round. I'll find out at like 1:00 tonight. That is the good thing. Is the play-in game is tonight with the Suns and the Warriors, and that starts at 10. So it's not going to end until 1:30. I'm like, all right, at least I got a basketball palate cleanser while I got wrestling on as well. So there's at least that.
Raps and Cavs tip off at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, we're talking play-in games though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about playoff games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Raptors. I forgot you're
I am in Toronto. Fan. I am a local Raptors fan. Yes.
Name me 3 Toronto Raptors, Joel.
Nope.
Can you name one? Like legitimately, can you name one?
Where's Chris Wilder when I need him?
Chris Wilder.
Yeah, not the. I'm talking the journalist Chris Wilder.
Oh,
he's a wrestling fan. He's a Raptors beat guy. I'm sorry, bro. I got what I got.
You don't get to claim the Raptors if you can't name a single player.
Claim whatever I want. I'm not going to a game.
You can't claim the Raptors.
I'm not going. Listen, the only thing that I like about the Raptors is that they're here. Yeah, CB4 technically still a Raptor.
You can't claim the Raptors at all.
I'm gonna claim whatever I want.
All right. I'm glad playoff basketball's here. I'm glad playoff hockey's here. It will be nice except for Sunday at 3 when both my teams are playing at the same time because the sports god hates me. But I'm glad the playoffs are here. It should be very fun and a nice break from the wrestling this weekend because I've just watched way too much wrestling already and gonna have to watch even more.
Yeah, wrestling sucks.
True.
Anyway,
name one NBA player, Joel.
Joel Embiid, baby.
There you go. Allegedly, he's an NBA player.
Allegedly. All right. Let's get out of here. Are we done?
I think so.
All right. We did no TNA talk today because thank God it was an awful show last night. Allie's officially back. She's not dead. So there's your one thing to watch TNA. Allie is back. Jeremy, anything to plug before we get out of here?
No, sincere appreciation to everybody. It's a busy week. I do appreciate everyone who has showed up here every day and who said kind things about anything I've written or said mean things about all the tweets because for some reason people have been pissed off at me this week on Twitter, and I don't know why, but that's funny to me too. So sincere appreciation. I do hope everybody has a good weekend, whether you're excited for WrestleMania, whether you're watching WrestleMania, whatever you're watching this weekend. I hope everyone just enjoys it because it's WrestleMania week. It is the biggest week of the year. It is the biggest show of the year. And again, at the end of the day, we're all wrestling fans. So I think we all have found something this week and will find something this weekend to enjoy or make fun of. Well, either one works for me. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good weekend.
We'll do plenty of it on Monday. We'll have lots to talk about. And I'll be
We're
here.
going 5 hours on Monday.
We are not going 5 hours on Monday, but
We're
we will
going
be
6 hours on Monday.
This is not Grapsity. You can watch them do that instead. Don't know when because they're both in Vegas, but we're going to be talking about plenty. We'll be back on Monday with lots to do and lots to talk about.
Me and Phil were burying a bunch of people in the DMs.
Wow, you people, eh?
Yeah, me and Phil just talking shit about everybody. No, we weren't talking shit about anybody who probably didn't deserve to have shit talked about them. I love Phil. Shout out to Phil. Shout out to Reg. He mentioned the West Coast Pro Show last night, which is coming up. It's gonna be, I think it's on YouTube at some point. But Chris Hero returned there, did an exhibition match. So shout out to those guys. We're doing 7 hours on Monday.
You'll get an hour out of me, luckily. See you on Monday. Go enjoy WrestleMania. Go enjoy the shows that are around WrestleMania. Go enjoy getting outside if you can. It's going to rain here, so I'm not looking forward to that. But we're going to get through it, and we're going to do it again on Monday. So for now, leave a thumbs up on the way out. If you're audio listeners, leave a 5-star review. For Jeremy Lambert, you know who I am. You know who he is because I just said his name. Ladies, gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you on the Monday after WrestleMania. Cheers.